Hello, hello. I'd like to share an email with you. I just got, and the subject line was Trident garage doors. Tyler says, had Trident come over due to my garage door sticking. I emailed them Thursday afternoon. They're at the house by 10 the next morning. Replaced the bearings and serviced the entire setup. Bada boom, bada bing. Done in less than an hour. Text me while I was on a work call on the progress with photos. Super nice, well-priced. 10 of 10 would recommend. That is Tyler, who went to txtrident.com. 817-512-1212. They are my garage door place. And they tell us that weather and temperature affects the components of a garage door assembly. The drastic shifts in weather right now means it's a perfect time to service your garage door. Mention the Dumb Zone. You will get a 10% discount. Mention the Dumb Zone when you go to txtrident.com. Don't forget, they are Trident Access Services, so they got the customized electric and motorized gates as well. If you are a little higher tone than me, I just have a garage door. So txtrident.com. We love you. Hold on, I'm not ready. Now we are ready. It is Monday. Hello, friends. This is the Dumb Zone. I'm Dan McDowell.
I'm Blake Jones.
UDCK. We have no Jake with us today. If you're anti-Jake,
Bask in it.
Yeah, enjoy. Remember that wonderful month we once had?
Seems like forever ago.
Then he came back, but he's gone today. I mean, he's in the same area. Maybe he's at the same place. Maybe he's going there for spring break now.
See Pawn Guy?
Yeah, he's down in Texas, or down in central Texas. Anyway, Jake's not here. But we do have a Hang Zone guest sitting in the Hang Zone today. It is the great Kent Garrison. He is known to our universe as a guy who was in on one of the game streams.
Yes.
Blake wasn't there.
Yeah.
Blake was at the game, right?
Blake was not there. I wished he was. Great intro that he produced that day.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember that. But yeah, last time I saw you, Dan, we were crushing some Sheba Hut and watching Caleb Williams have his way with the Cowboys. So good times.
Oh, it was the Bears game.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, which Cowboy disappointment was it? It was the Bears game. Also known from the One Star Cowboys podcast,
Yes.
of which I am a big fan. Also known from the Mad About Movies podcast. And that's really the main reason that you are here today, because it is Oscar season. The Oscars were last night. Just to show these guys, I don't know if people understand, like, oh, you're into movies, you watched, so did you watch the top 10 movie? Did you watch all the Best Picture nominees?
Did I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You host a movie podcast. We would hope that you'd watch at least the top 10. But just so these guys understand, I guess everybody listening or viewing as we are live to tape today. From the Game Day Men's Health Studio, gameday.dumbzone.com, downtown Dallas, Fox 4 building. How many movies did you watch last year? It is over 10, right?
It's well over 10. Dan, let's pull up my Letterboxed list here, in which I keep track of all
Any
the
guess,
movies
Blake?
that I watch.
I'm
man.
already setting it up to be bigger than
Like
normal.
New movies?
Movies that came out in 2025, yeah.
How many of those could there be?
Oh, there's a lot.
One a week, 50.
So I don't include documentaries on my list. I did watch a bunch of documentaries last year, probably 10, 20 documentaries. But on my list, I had 110 in 2025, which is maybe my
That
my
surprises
biggest
me.
year.
There's that many new movies coming out.
There's a lot. I usually go to the theater once a week. Been doing that over a decade now. Same with my co-hosts, Brian Gill, Richard Barden on Mad About Movies. It's something we started doing when I was in college over a decade ago. We've been doing it this was our 13th, I think, Oscars postgame show we did last night. So it's just been something, hey, let's pick a movie a week. Usually it's whatever's the biggest movie that weekend at the box office. We talk about it, and we've been doing it for a long time, man. It's something I would definitely suggest to people out there is go to the movies more. It's becoming less of a thing. I heard Dan talking about this last week with Jake, and Jake doesn't go to the movies as much anymore, doesn't consume cinema. Maybe I'm weird. I love it.
No,
I love sitting for 2 hours, turning my phone off. My top 10 movies, I think I counted. There's like only 2 in my top 10 that I didn't see in a theater. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think just something about being there, your brain being able to fully consume it. A lot of people say, I can watch a movie at home perfectly fine and understand and appreciate it. It's just not the same. Mm-hmm. You can convince yourself that. It's just not. I mean, the amount of times you actually are at home and sit there for 2 hours undistracted, don't pick up your phone, don't go use the bathroom, don't go grab something to drink, don't let the dog out, what have you, is almost zero. So even the most ideal home situation is not going to match up to the theater. And like I said, I think my appreciation for that showed in my list, for that experience and that appreciation that I was able to have by actually going there.
I told these guys last Friday I did a re-release, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 was in the theaters. Their 30 or 35-year anniversary.
Secret of the Ooze, we just did an episode.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm a bad parent. My kid is 4. He's super into the Ninja Turtles. I took him on Friday night. Mm-hmm. And it was a blast.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times he'll ever go to the movie theater on his own.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's declining, but
not much of a thing anymore.
I thought it was a super cool experience. You get your popcorn, candy, and sit there. Now he had issues staying in his seat for the full 90, but I don't know. It was fun. And I thought it was such a staple of our youth that it's going to be weird for him to not really understand what the movies were all about.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, I started going at a young age. Remember going to see Jurassic Park and remember going to see, Batman and all those movies when I was like sub 5 years old, and how impressionable those were on me. I was huge. So it's a lost time. I'm with you. Take your kids to the movies. Say, hey, I saw this when I was a kid. Let's go see it. You don't get those opportunities very often anymore at all.
It's funny. You sound like Richard Linklater, some legendary Hollywood director, like about their childhood. Yeah, I first went to the movies, and
I hope to get it to Linklater's level someday. That'd be the goal. Yeah.
And you rank all of your movies too. Out of the 110, you rank them.
Good bit.
I keep a running list the entire year. Every time I watch a movie, I add it to the list and put it in its appropriate
You just
slot.
slot it wherever you think it should go.
Yep.
And in his bottom 10, he had a Kevin James movie I'd never heard of.
The Solo Mio?
No, Solo Mio came out this year. Faith-based. This one's called Playdate. Dan, you familiar with this?
He's a huge Kevin James fan, so I just wanted to run this by him.
Playdate's hilarious.
Playdate is
what's hilarious? The movie?
Yeah, it's just...
You saw the movie? It's in Kent's bottom 10.
I know, but it's not good, but it's
hilarious that it exists.
Yeah.
It's hilarious that it exists. It's an Amazon Prime exclusive. So, once a week I'd go on Amazon Prime and be like, what are they trying to throw at me this week? And this was one of them. Kevin James and Alan Ritchson, who is a super jacked, like macho action star guy. And they play 2 just totally normal dads whose kids are going on a play date, and then terrorists get
Spies.
involved.
Okay.
So you can imagine the hilarity that ensues.
I mean, you had me at Kevin James.
You mean Sean Payton, actor Kevin James?
Yes.
Wasn't there one where he was a white supremacist?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see that one? You somehow missed that one?
White supremacist. I don't remember this. I remember the one where he was the president in Pixels. It's very convincing.
Yeah, and Becky.
On today's
A
program,
neo-Nazi out for blood.
I need to see this.
we have a couple of Brandons on today's show. One is a guy from Atlanta. I wanted to check in with intern Carlos. He ended up handing me off to a friend of his. Anyway, tonight's supposed to be the Magic City promotion in Atlanta. And I wanted to talk to our old intern Carlos about it. He ended up, because of the wind, darling. He said he was had a flight scheduled in St. Louis, and it got rescheduled. And anyway, he can't join us, so he just handed us a coworker of his. And I don't know if this is something he just kind of did it. And then I'm like, all right, well, let's keep doing it because I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it with a guy who's from Atlanta. And so we're going to talk to a guy named Brandon Leak.
Producing on this show. Are we calling him? How are we getting
Zoom.
hold- Okay. Did I send this to Carlos?
No. I might have to actually give you a phone number.
Okay.
Which I shall do. Along with a wiener picture.
Please do.
I will text it to you while we talk here. And
Zoom in. There it is.
Brandon Aubrey. The other Brandon.
Wow.
The number one Brandon in our hearts will be on at 1 o'clock. I think. Let's confirm. Ooh, the thumbs up.
Nice.
The yellow thumbs up.
Mm.
You knew he'd be yellow guy.
I'm yellow guy in general, aren't we all?
Except for the fist bump.
Yeah, except for the fist.
Well, no, amongst close friends. But I don't think Brandon Aubrey wants to do a black fist bump. Anyway, he'll be on our show in a little while. I say 1 o'clock, but most people are tuned in via the miracle of some kind of a recording device. Speaking of that, well, actually, let's do it in Weekend Check. I have a recording device or playback device talk to have, but our Weekend Check can be brought to us today by Flooring Direct DFW. That's a good client for us. Flooring Direct DFW, that's Dan Ratcliffe. He's our guy over there. He actually was the subject of the last Business Wednesday that we did, if you want to go look back at that. But good dude, good company as well. They fit right in here with your Qualis and your Community Mechanicals, just as far as a locally owned company. And they will, bend over backwards for you, the Dumb Zone listener. Tell them that you are a Dumb Zone listener. FlooringDirectDFW.com/DZ. Great deals right now. 0 interest financing for 36 months and nothing down. It's spring break week for many of us. So why not make that call today, 972-449-9456. Schedule an appointment for them to come out to your house. You don't have to drive out to their showroom, although they do have one. They have that exclusive 5-star installation package. They clean as they go. They'll move your furniture, leave your the house cleaner than they found it. And all of their work comes with a lifetime guarantee. It is Flooring Direct DFW, FlooringDirectDFW.com/DZ. Let us now do a weekend check. I will start. I don't have a lot, but I'm going to morph mine into Kent.
Okay.
But I do want to say that my wife went to book club on Friday, so it was great. Great Friday night, fun. You know how it is.
Without the wife there, that's what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Book club. One of the two of the greatest words in the English language. Like, to me, an anchor word is book. If you just say book, I'm instantly thinking club. But she confessed to me the next day she only read half of the book, and then she read Spark Notes for the rest
What
of
a
it.
cheater.
Yeah, I was going to say that probably happens a lot.
Not that it matters to you. You just want her out of the house, but come on.
Yeah.
Why are you in...
Wikipedia that thing, and they Wikipedia it, and they go and they drink together and hang out. That's the book club, I think. My wife's in a similar thing. They don't even read the books, they just text about it and go have some rosé.
I thought part of the whole like, do you watch just a 15-minute recap of the movie, The Godfather, if you're going to review it?
Good point. People are listening to our conversation, though, so...
Is that like watching
put
the
a little
first,
bit of work into
first half of the Cowboys game, then just reading the box score for the second?
Yeah.
And then doing a post-game show?
Sure.
I don't know. It seemed cheap to me.
So
and you
good.
guys are obviously
you're right to call her out
agreeing.
on it, for sure. But I would say your wife's probably not the only one doing it that way.
No.
That's...
Another two, that's the first I ever heard of that. I just thought that's really crazy.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Like you're doing that, I could see for tests, I guess AI now. You
Yeah.
just, hey, give me a
Well, I mean,
synopsis.
yeah, when we're in high school, we're not reading those books.
I started this just a couple weeks ago, so I should have started it 5 weeks ago. I could have seen all the movies, but so each weekend morning we watched another of the best movie nominees. I told Kent, hey, I've only seen 2 of these. Which 2 should I watch this weekend? If I can only have time for 2, which I did. So then I watched Sinners on Saturday morning and then One Battle After Another yesterday morning. So that came in huge handy to watch last night's Oscars
Oh, yeah.
because they won all the awards.
Man, what a weekend.
And then
That's a good weekend.
my other, this isn't a weekend check, but it kind of leads right to you a little bit just because you are carrying. Kent walked in here today and said, hey, I got some audio to play, but he didn't have his computer.
Wait, I'm sorry, real quick. Sinners, 2 hours, 15 minutes?
That's one of my topics for all these movies.
One battle's like 3 hours.
Oh my gosh, you had
It's like
time for these?
2:45.
Yeah.
Not in one sitting.
Yeah, I did it Saturday morning and then Sunday morning.
240 for one battle.
It's terrible.
Ouch.
I feel like
And one best editing, too.
there was a lot going on. There's a couple movies in there for sure. But Kent said he has audio to play, and he's carrying a. And I thought, oh, okay, that's his phone. Wait, no, that's his phone in his other hand. Wait, I don't recognize that.
Look at that little scroll wheel.
Has a little, it's got a round thing on the front, and it turns out I'm like, is that an iPod? And he says, yes, that's an iPod. The next thing I heard was Clayton, who said, did you mod it?
Oh, yeah.
Modify? Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah.
And then you did not,
I nodded, I modded.
You didn't skip a beat there, and you said, yeah, you just made one that has a terabyte on it. What are we talking about here? What kind of magic voodoo is this? What kind of
That's right,
weapons?
Dan.
Weapons like... That's a little... if you ever saw the movie Weapons.
Yes. Loved it. I'm glad you watched it, too. Even though it wasn't a Best Picture nominee. I'm glad you watched it. Yeah, so hard drives have gotten a lot smaller over the years, Dan. Back when we were buying these things, you could get 30 gigabytes, and it was like, would barely fit in one of these. Now, you can get a terabyte on what's called a micro SD card, which is like the size of your fingernail. So they've got a little adapter you put in these, and you can put in micro SD cards and have as much storage as you want now in them. So that's what this is.
Is that our biggest technological advancement?
What, everything getting smaller?
Storage getting smaller?
Storage. In particular, storage.
Yeah.
I would say for sure it gets smaller and cheaper over time.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good job, us.
But
There you go.
yeah, it's twofold because they make it impossible to play audio from an iPhone without an adapter.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do something like this. And I don't have a laptop. I've got a desktop computer at home. So this was the next
Don't
best
have a
thing.
laptop.
Respect.
Yeah.
I like the
So you
desktop.
can't
do you all-
mod my phone. If I say I need...
A terabyte on your phone, I could not. No.
Okay, yeah.
But
But you can mod... I have a couple iPods.
yeah, you could do it with
iPod
pretty much
Mini?
any of the iPods.
Can
You
you
can
iPod
open
Mini
them
me?
up and make them as big as you want. I mean, I grew up in music scene, local scene, things like that. There's so much that I have that's not on Spotify, not on YouTube, that I want to have and keep. And so it's the best way to do it still is a 20-year-old technology.
Is that the OG? That's not a video or anything? That's the original iPod.
This is a iPod video,
Okay.
5th gen.
Oh, nice.
I watched all of South Park on an iPod video.
Same, The Office back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
LimeWire
It'll
came
never
up.
get better than this.
LimeWire came up huge.
So we were
Nice.
talking about it's not just me. These are coming back. You see them on TikTok and everything. People are cutting the cord on Spotify. They're tired of paying the subscription, paying hundreds of dollars a year and not having any of the music, stuff like that. And they're going back to the iPod. So everything kind of comes back around, even technology.
Yeah, now that to me is like the turntable that my daughter bought.
Right. Yeah.
It's
I had a wave.
turntable wave.
I just started buying vinyls because I thought I was cool.
Yeah.
And then you realize you got to flip it. Like, it's kind of an
Too much
inconvenience.
I was buying vinyl back when I was touring doing music because we'd show up to a city and I'd have all day to kill. So my main task every day was find a record store and just go kill time in the dollar bins at record stores. And back then it was, 2009, 2010. You could get everything, all the Beatles stuff, all the classic records for $2, $5 for all that. So I went and every discography of every band I liked, I just went and just bought everything. And I'm so glad I did it that way because now
They re-release them and
they re-release them
$30.
and it's $40 minimum.
yeah.
Or if you want a Beatles record from the 70s or from the 60s, it's like $100. They'll throw that tag. Oh, it's vintage, So luckily I got in the vinyl craze before it became trendy.
Clayton weekend check.
Was in the content corner most of the time. Got a show, little mini TiVo. Neighbors on HBO Max.
Heard about this.
It's pretty funny. So basically, it's short form content. So each episode's like 30 plus minutes. Not too fast or not too slow. They get to it. Each show has 2 different sets of neighbors. So you get 2 stories in the show. And it's basically like anything you've seen on social media with like neighbor Karen or fighting over like a strip of grass or just any little like neighborly dispute. This group of, it's like 3 or 4 people, they are the guys behind it, and they just go and in bed with them for like 2 or 3 weeks. Cover whatever, each side of the dispute. And
It's a real.
yeah, it's
reality. Okay.
Yeah, it's reality. And they just get straight to it. That's what the best part is. There's not a ton of backstory. There's just it's just quick hits. It's made for like each segment is about 15 minutes. So you could just binge through 2 or 3 episodes and not really feel like you did anything but watch a couple of YouTube videos. But the people on it are the best because they are the craziest people you've ever seen. Like there's one guy used to be a male stripper and now he thinks his neighbor is like hitting on him, trying to like come on to him, is spying on him with all these cameras and stuff. And it's just,
How do they find these people?
well, okay, so I was listening to a podcast this weekend with the 2 guys who created it. They started shooting this in 2021.
Wow.
So they've been doing it for a long time. And it started out, before it even got picked up by HBO, they had just put a Craigslist ad out that said, hey, we're shooting a documentary in your area for HBO. If you have any neighbor disputes, reach out. So they would get these people, and then they would just go to wherever they were. There's 1 or 2 in Texas, a couple in the middle of nowhere, I think in Idaho or Montana, somewhere where there's not a lot of people. Florida, just anywhere. They just go and just live with them for 3 weeks, basically. 6 to 8 hours a day, they're filming with them. And the characters on here are just hilarious. The guys, there's one that's a cat lady who just has 50 to 60 cats, stray cats, just in her yard in Philly. And this guy next to her, it's like his first house and everything. And he just is like, I got to walk out and I got cat piss and poop everywhere. And they end up taking that one to like Judge Judy and stuff. So it's hilarious. It's like, that's what's hilarious. It's like some of this ends up in the national eye. At least one of the neighbors in each thing has the most random job. Like one is a healer, a light healer. Heals with the power of light. The other heals with the power of sound. And
no one uses the power of laughter. The healing power of laughter.
Patch Adams tried that.
Good. What's that on your list?
Patch Adams?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I haven't watched Patch Adams in 20 years. Probably.
Give it a good watch. It's
yeah,
good.
I need to.
But
I wanted to ask about this though. I have seen a clip. Is there a woman that thinks she is an extraterrestrial on here?
That might be the Philly lady.
I've seen a clip of a lady on here saying, "Here's what I looked like before." And
Oh
she
no,
shows like
that's in
gray
San
alien.
Antonio.
Okay,
Yeah, so that lady is in San Antonio.
so it's on this show though.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
on this
Okay.
show. Yeah, and she has a dispute with a former Texas senator who lives across the street from her, and she's like built this compound wall around her house. And how he describes it is, it's like she built Osama bin Laden's compound next to my house, and he just walks around to the neighborhood with pictures of the compound, going, "Look, see these walls? See how they're the same?" And I'm just, it's crazy to think that these people are really out there and like would want to be on a show like this, but they eat it up. And I found myself watching the whole series. Like I watched the first couple episodes when it came out, but then I just binged it all over again this weekend. And I wanted to move to the middle of nowhere and just not be around anybody for a while because that was bad. It's crazy to think that these people have these types of disputes and like no one gets killed because like these people are going at it. Like there's one where in Florida where it's a strip of grass 1.5 feet wide and they are fighting like they show both of them with guns. And like, I don't know if she's like, one lady pulls it out and goes, "I don't know if it's loaded here," and tries to hand it to the camera. And he's like, "I don't want that." Like, I don't know where that. And these people's stories, these backstories that they start getting into. And that's the best part of it. You forget about the dispute because these people get a camera on them and they just start telling their life.
Yeah.
And they just start going down rabbit holes that you didn't even know existed in a part of this, and it has nothing to do with the dispute. But you become more interested in what was this lady doing in the 80s because she's talking about some stuff that is nuts.
Did you guys see the Ren Fair documentary they did a few years ago? I'm sure Jake is familiar with it. About the Ren Fair down in South Texas.
Yeah, it's like the biggest Ren Fair in the country, I think.
Yeah, well, the guy that runs it is like this, calls himself the king, but he's got a ton of maidens, I guess is the phrase I should use there.
Like a harem?
Yeah, all these women down there who think they live in medieval times. I mean, there's a QT right outside this facility, but they are convinced that like they live the lifestyle of it. And that series was so daggum interesting about those women trying to woo this king guy to rule over this fake kingdom, this theme park that this guy's built down there. I mean, it was the level of delusion is
yeah, it was like the I think he might have done it on IJB or something, but that and like when the Tiger King thing came out, the
very Tiger King like.
Yeah, the guy, the Tiger King and then the other guy in Florida, the guy that calls himself a doctor. He just had these harems of people that like they just kind of controlled. But yeah, that was me.
What do you have, BJ owns?
Thank you for knowing that. Yeah, Friday night was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It somehow missed me. I was not really into them. I think Jake was.
Mm-hmm.
I had Pokemon.
Okay.
That's what infiltrated my youth, and that's all we did with the cards and the show and the movie. As Brooks has been watching it and getting into it, it's been fun watching it with him. And Dan, I think you would like this hack that I saw, because when you get your big tub of popcorn, you take it over to this fountain and you push the button, and then just liquid butter pours on the top. Problem is, it only gets on the top. And it's not just a little bit, it's a lot. It douses the popcorn. So what people are doing now is they'll take this little miniature spray bottle and fill up the butter. And as you're eating the popcorn, you just spray it on top. Thought that was interesting.
Another sign of idiocracy. I thought you were going to say they did the straw. You've seen the straw trick? You stick a straw it's midway into the popcorn, and then you pour the butter thing through there. I think putting butter on the already buttered popcorn is ridiculous.
Not enough.
It's ridiculous.
I'm with you. Yeah,
it's already buttered.
I'm anti-movie.
Don't add
butter.
You're
saying it one. I know you're.
I get popcorn every time I go.
I know,
yes.
And now you're unsalted, unbuttered, and you're healthy.
Well, I don't.
But at one point in your
not
life,
unsalted. It's whatever they make it with. I say
at
don't
one point in your
add
life,
more
you loved
butter.
At one point in your life, you loved it.
I never liked the wet butter on, because then your popcorn's all wet.
Yes. Yeah. It's a
It tastes
texture
so
thing.
good though.
It's like
Anyway.
grease. It's not even butter.
You're negating your 7 a.m. gym trip.
Don't.
Yeah, don't put that into your little app.
But that's why you feel good about doing it. You're like, I went to the gym this morning.
In that moment, it tastes good.
All right.
You're at the movies. I'm not there to eat almonds.
All right.
Give me some Swedish fish and a big greasy thing of popcorn.
I always admire the people that can get to the theater at 9:30 and do the large popcorn and large Coke at like 9 a.m.
Oh, and then just go to bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, or
he's saying 9 in the morning.
I'm saying
in the
start their
morning?
day.
Oh, I thought you were saying at night.
No, I'm saying the people that take their kids to the 9:30 a.m.
I have a
showing.
thing about being in the movie. I have to have a thing of popcorn.
I guess that's it. But my
You're the guy?
appetite, I can't touch popcorn or anything like that until second half of the day, for sure.
No, I mean, after the popcorn and candy, bedtime was a little rough, but we had a good time at the movies. Saturday, I had my nephew's baseball game, and I'm not going to put Brooks in baseball for a while, because the game is not a game, it's just chaos.
Is this blast ball?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I think
it's an actual game.
I think while blast ball is just a mockery, it may be better for kids, because straight baseball is not good for them.
How old is this kid?
7.
What?
Yeah, it's...
And we're now to coach pitch, and kids can kind of hit, but the dimensions are way off. You're never going to make a play at first base. So it's just how quickly can you score 5 runs and switch? And you win if the other team scores 3 or 4 runs in an inning, if they somehow find themselves getting 3 outs.
It's great time killing.
It is
That's
good.
what it's about. It's about getting together,
And
killing time, making your
But
kid
what are we
tired.
doing?
I think Jake said it. It's teaching the kids to how to play a part or play with a team, follow direction, follow rules, try to pay attention. But I don't know. To take your kid out there, you're going to hit twice, maybe 3 times. You're not going to make a play in the field.
No, never.
Nobody knows where to throw. It's just, I don't know. It was interesting, though, because my nephew's team has walkout songs.
At 7?
For 7-year-olds.
We can't keep score, but we got walkout songs.
They come up, and then the parent hits their phone. Everything's in slow mo, boom, and then the bass drops, and the kid walks up, and
This is why Hillary lost.
it's bad. Softball on Sunday was a trip, because we played when the derecho rolled through here. The wind was blowing.
The wind is called a derecho?
Isn't that what they call? Isn't that what Delcus?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, I don't know.
Boob.
All I know is it went down 10 degrees in about 15 minutes.
So that was about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and that's when we were playing. And we went from the wind blowing from basically home plate to maybe like left center, just to straight left to right, from third base to first base. If you hit a fly ball into right center, it was going foul. It was that bad. Unbearable. And then over the weekend, my second wife has left. It was a good 2 weeks.
The sister-in-law?
Yeah, Kent, I had a sister-in-law staying with us with her 2 young kids, so I had 4 kids under 4 under my roof.
Wow.
And it was kind of a lot from that standpoint, but the kids all played together and it was fine. But this woman was the best housewife.
Oh, you're going to go the opposite.
No. She was a blessing.
Good.
She was a blessing. My wife, not so great at that kind of thing.
Lessons can be learned,
Yeah.
Lead by example.
Yeah. And I noted on the show that sometimes my wife would walk in and see her doing the dishes, and she'd go, "Oh, hey, let me finish that."
There you go.
She's never done that with me,
Yeah.
or by herself. So it was a great couple weeks. And then I'll leave you with this because I've said this a couple times, but I feel like this is the final Angelo update. And for those that are not subscribed to the show, you missed a very important update on Friday with Mike Soroy. In that Angelo had called me and left me a very harsh voicemail. And he basically intimated that the only reason I was giving him money was so that he would sleep with me.
That's right. We found out he was gay Friday, too.
Yeah. And I had known that. I just, for whatever reason, it had never come up on the show. And he hit me with that 1-2 punch, and that kind of put me on the mat. So then on Sunday...
A little too close to home. A little truth mixed in there. Perhaps.
Nothing I could say back could top that. I'm not going to get in a verbal altercation with a homeless guy. So he won. Okay? He won the breakup. That's all there is to be said. So something he's told me a couple times was that he was going to take that Venmo debit card that I gave him, and he was going to take it to my church and give it to somebody up there.
He knows which church you go to?
Yeah. And so I said, completely unnecessary. I've canceled the card. Just throw it away.
Did you give him your kid's social security number, too? What else did you tell this
Brooks
guy?
Brooks and Benny's. Yeah, he knows where I live, and he knows my bank routing and account number. So he took it up there, and again, I told him twice, just throw the card away. It's canceled. It's inactive. It doesn't matter. But he was just set on he was going to take this card up to my church. And so I get a call from a guy at my church Sunday, and he said, "Hey, I have your debit card." And it took me a few minutes to realize what he was talking about. And I said, okay. And I spared a lot of details, obviously. But this was over text, and I kind of wanted to know what the drop-off was like. So I told him I'd canceled the card. I'm sorry that, the deacon or whoever had to go through this. I asked him, did you see who dropped it off? And the guy said, yes, he received it from some man, and he said the man was very rude. And so then I asked for more details, like, what do you mean? He said, the guy said Blake was a hypocrite, and that Blake said some things to him that made him very mad, and they had some kind of verbal altercation. He said he didn't want to associate with him, that he was done. But then strangely, as he was walking away, he said, "Tell Blake I said hi."
It's tough to say goodbye.
I know. So yeah.
All right.
My weekend check.
Quick reminder that Ownwell is there to help you because property tax assessments coming out this month. It is the month of March, is it not? Protesting your own taxes takes so much time. I've been through that myself, and it's just such a beating. Then you got to drive downtown. I live in Denton County. Tarrant County. Had to drive downtown to Fort Worth. And then in the end, it was kind of like they gave us a tiniest break. It was like a $50 break. It was almost like, hey, for the time and effort you put in, we're going to give you a tiny bit, but let Ownwell do it for you. It takes is a few minutes. You go to ownwell.com/thedumbzone. You don't spend hours waiting for the in-person hearing and losing your appeal. Sign up in 3 minutes with Ownwell. They get an industry-high 86 appeal win rate and an average savings of over $1,100 for the Ownwell customers. And you pay nothing until they save you money. If they don't save you money, you are just out 3 minutes and you're where you were before. So you only pay if you save. You sign up in 3 minutes. There is no risk to protesting. 86% will get a reduction on your value, and the money that they do charge you is less than industry standard as well, much less, 25% generally. So,
and you protest once, you're into the Ownwell family, it's into perpetuity. I signed up for this in 2024. I got my reduction. They auto-checked in 25 and auto-checked in 26. So
there you go.
Spend 3 minutes now, and they will fight your protest or your property taxes in perpetuity.
Okay, because Brandon's joining us later and other sports things are going to happen later, we are starting right now with Oscar talk or movie talk, and that is why the great Kent Garrison is here. So you watched the Oscars.
I did, Dan. Hollywood's biggest night.
Do you feel like they got it right with one battle after another?
I do feel like they got it right. It was my favorite movie of the year. I think going into the night, there were other movies that had a lot of momentum. Sinners, ton of momentum, the most nominated movie ever. Hamnet, a movie that over the last month or so has really gotten a lot of talk. One Battle came out towards the end of the summer, so there is a worry with movies like Sinners, which came out last March, and One Battle, which came out at the end of the summer, that people are going to forget about them by the time the awards push happens at the end of the year in December, when all the big movies come out, that people are going to forget. That wasn't the case this year. And so you don't see that often. You usually see something that's released around Christmas time or Thanksgiving time end up winning because of the momentum.
It's hard to forget Leo and Sean Penn, though.
An extremely unforgettable performance, unforgettable movie. I've had to defend it on the One Star Cowboys pod because Machota, not a huge fan, but, you know, who's laughing today?
Well, I like Machota's bit. He's right as far as there should not be 10 Best Picture nominees. And there used to be 5, just like everything else. And now, though, I got your trick. I know what you're doing, Hollywood. Because when I see something on Netflix or HBO and it has that little thing that says Academy Award nominee, I'm now going to say, I will give that a shot.
Right.
Because at least it's one of the... But I feel like there's often a tremendous drop-off after the top 4 or 5. You might be able to throw your number 10 in there with number 50.
Yeah.
That's...
I mean, you can't have it both ways. They've had it in years past where it was 5 and some movies got left out. I think they're trying. The Oscars are trying.
This is the college football playoffs.
The Oscars are trying to appeal to as wide of an audience as possible, because I think they know they're going to have the olds watching.
Yeah,
the people who have watched forever. They know they're going to have the movie nerds watching. You need the people that went and saw Top Gun Maverick to watch the Oscars, and the people that went and saw Avatar, and the people that saw Avengers Endgame. Those types of movies, Black Panther, that, you know, there's some animated movies that get nominated for Best Picture now. I think it's pretty understood that those movies aren't going to win. I think it was pretty understood that F1 didn't have a chance, but it makes the people that went and saw F1 feel like they're an Oscar.
They're in the game.
Yeah. Like, I'm a part of this now. So,
well, I don't like those people.
I'm conflicted on it, Dan, because I want people to have seen movies, and I want all types of movies to be recognized, but I also recognize, like, only 5 of these or 3 of these or 2 of these even really have a chance. So why can't we just choose from those?
So one thing I asked you about, we like lists here. You love lists, folks. In One Battle, they did kind of have a movie baby. Now, generally a movie baby, it's like a movie fire, because I'm a guy who, I'll build a fire on you. If it gets below 50 degrees, I'm going to have a wood-burning fire in my house. And you can set it up, and it's like, oh, look how well it looks great. It's a movie fire right now. But then 5 minutes later, it kind of topples a little bit, and you got to add wood. And in a movie, you never have to add wood. You just walk by for hours, and that fire is always perfect. Same thing with lighting a torch. You have a movie torch. Like, try to light a torch at home. I would like anybody to try it with kerosene, with everything, and see if you can make it look like a movie torch. A movie baby, if you have a baby, you know everything's revolving around that baby. In a movie, look at how the baby's quiet. Oh, it just sleeps. It's so easy to watch that baby. Unless you need added tension because a lot of other stuff is going on too. And now the baby will cry uncontrollably at this perfect time. And that was happening in One Battle After Another early on, because that can really drive you nuts. So anyway, do you have any of these other things that we've noted throughout the years? One of my other ones is Kent, let's say. He is unjustly charged with murder. And he leaves the courtroom. And he's Kent. He's never been through this kind of thing before. And he gets home, and his wife and family, they're watching the news station, and they're talking about the case, and they have some opinions on what could happen to Kent in his future. And Kent's like, turn this crap off, and he turns it off. That's a movie thing. You would never do that. You're like, God, they're talking about me on the news? I got to find out what's going on here. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anything else on a guy who watched 110 movies last year and probably 100 every year?
You do notice these types of things.
What is there anything else that fits on this list for you?
Absolutely. I've got my own lists actually here. A big one for me is file scenes where your character is trying to solve a murder. I need to find out about who this person was. They go to the library. They're going to go find all the archives of every single newspaper that's been released. Maybe I'm going to go do some internet research on this human. I'm going to go type into my Google, type into this person's name, see what comes up. To me, it's a really cheap, easy way to just tell a lot of information really quickly. And so file scene has become a joke to me. Every time somebody opens a filing cabinet, throws down a folder of
manila folder.
Yes, manila folder is a big player.
Open this up. Oh, there she is.
File
hey,
scene.
they did it in one battle actually with the
They do.
the lady.
They do.
The lady who had the kid.
Yeah, you can sneak it in there, and it's a really effective way to kind of go from point A to point B in the story, but sometimes the screenwriter's stuck and he's just like, dang it, I need to really tell a lot of information about that I haven't got to yet. So they just throw one of those scenes in there, and you can throw in everything you need to know about the plot in that one moment. So that's a big one. Overshirts. It's a big one to me too.
Explain.
Especially in end of the world scenarios.
Overshirts.
Not a jacket. I'm talking about like a flannel overshirt. You often see these in disaster movies, action movies, Jurassic Park, things like that. In an apocalyptic situation, they never once think to themselves, hey, maybe I should ditch this shirt that's doing nothing.
Do you count Leo's robe?
I don't count the robe.
Okay.
I don't count the robe. But you will see.
Because I thought many times he should be ditching that robe.
Yes.
We're running across rooftops here.
If you have that thought, then there's a chance that it could qualify. But I'm talking about specifically overshirts because these costume designers.
You just have to be able to recognize the character.
Yes, the costume designer goes in and they say, this is our calm character in the story, so he's going to have a green shirt with a blue overshirt. Look at those. Look how calm that is. Look how good that looks on screen, And they think, how am I going to costume this person more than how would this person actually be dressed or in this situation? So that's one I always laugh at is the person not ditching their coat. Also, Johnny Depp, can this guy stop painting his face white in every movie? You notice this?
Okay, so that's a very specific thing to Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
You're saying that's a movie thing because if you saw Johnny Depp over sitting in the studio,
if you've seen a movie with Johnny Depp, chances are he has painted his face white for that role.
Okay.
There's about maybe over a dozen examples of it. Rachel McAdams, same. She's always going to be in a movie with time travel. in some capacity.
I like that one.
Ed Harris, if he's in it, he's going to be in a control room.
Okay. Truman Show.
Truman Show, Apollo 13, The Rock, Snowpiercer.
In radio.
Trying to think of some more. I do have a list here on my. His wife, by the way, won Best Supporting Actress last night for Weapons. Yeah, Dan, those are some of my main cliches that I.
Which one from Weapons? Since it's one of the.
It was Gladys was his
few movies.
His wife.
Oh, the girl from Ozark?
The crazy clown lady in Weapons.
Oh, the old lady. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what she looks like in real life. She doesn't look like that, I think.
Field of Dreams, Uncle Buck.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Field of Dreams mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like her.
Would you like to get some audio from the Oscars?
Yeah.
So, host last night, Conan O'Brien.
How do you do?
Hosted last year. He did pretty well. He said he had gone out over the past few weeks in LA and just done stand-up and showed up at stand-up places and tested out this material. So I think that's a good way to do it. See what works, see what doesn't.
That's a good bit.
Some of it didn't work.
Some of it didn't work, and you could tell, like, he was expecting a reaction because, like, oh, man, this has been killing for the last 2 weeks, but there's a different audience. And
it's a stuck in the mud audience for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people that go to stand-up shows versus the scene at the Oscars, yeah, pretty big disparity.
That's for sure. So let's listen to a little bit of his opening monologue. He started out actually with a parody of Weapons, Dan, the scene in Weapons where all the kids are chasing the grandma at the end of the movie. They did that where they were chasing Conan through all the movies that were nominated for Best Picture.
Okay, good bit.
So it was a good bit. They played Sabotage, and they ran into the theater at the end for the intro, so it was good. So here is a bit of Conan from last night.
I am Conan O'Brien, and I'm honored to be the last human host of the Academy Award. Yes! Yeah! Next year, it's going to be a Waymo in a tux, so check that out. No, it's great to be back hosting the Oscars. Last year, when I hosted, Los Angeles was on fire. But this year, everything's going great. Oh, you applaud that? That's weird. That's weird. Security is extremely tight tonight. I just got to mention that. Yeah. I'm told there's concerns about attacks from both the opera and ballet communities.
That was pointed at Chalamet. I don't know if you've heard the Chalamet controversy over the
What is that? What is the Chalamet controversy? Besides,
don't
are
know
we
exactly.
overrating him as an actor?
That can be a conversation with anybody. But yeah, apparently, I haven't heard the quote. I haven't seen the article or whatever it was. Apparently, he said something about ballet and opera are not, no one cares, aren't relevant as an art form. So the people involved in those art forms that have dedicated their lives to opera or ballet had a lot to say.
I mean, on just the scale that he's, I think, referring to, I'm going to have to go on with Timmy here. Don't you think? You think ballet and opera are
I don't think they're
neck and neck with the movies?
No, but
they're not like illegitimate art forms.
That's the foundation for all of this stuff.
It's a legitimate art form, sure.
That's how it started. And the people that are into it love it.
Was he making a joke or an offhanded comment, but then all these people, I know this. I know how it all works.
I don't know.
You know.
But it felt a little unnecessary. It's like Tom Brady receiving the Super Bowl is like, yeah, I guess all the people doing CrossFit, not good enough to play in the NFL. Like, it's just a shot for no reason. Why?
Yeah.
But it's true.
It is true, but it doesn't need to be said.
Okay.
Timmy has proven over the years he's going to say what he's going to say, and I love that about him. I like an actor with charisma and that has opinions. But here we go. Let's keep going. He took it well last night. He
You're
laughed
just mad you left out jazz. I should warn you, tonight could get political, okay? And if that makes you uncomfortable, there's an alternate Oscars being hosted by Kid Rock. Yeah.
Funny.
It's at the Dave & Buster's down the street. A lot of tickets for that. Netflix, this is exciting. A lot of cool people are here, and some of them behind the scenes. Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos is here, and this is exciting. It's his first time in a theater. This is what they're talking about. Why are they all together enjoying themselves? They should be home alone, where I can monetize it. In Hamnet, William Shakespeare's...
Sarandos has said before, like, I want people to stop going to theaters. Like, he's not shy about that at all with the goal of Netflix. Like, we want you to be at home. You being at the theater is a threat to our business. They tried to buy Warner Brothers, that recently fell through. It's a real thing. They don't want you going to the theater anymore.
Which is interesting that Netflix is even in these categories and stuff. I guess this isn't the movie theater awards. It is the movie awards, and the movie can be viewed on your phone.
I think Netflix...
Although I do agree, the theater experience is a different animal. It's great.
Netflix largely is looked down upon in the movie business. I mean, the phrase Netflix original is an indicator of quality now, not an indicator of where it's going to be. And so Netflix is in the business of the mass culture. And oftentimes these movies that win these awards are not mass movies. They're not for the mass culture. And so I think Netflix should stop trying to win Oscars, personally. And
is that why Train Dreams was nominated?
They bought Train Dreams.
Yeah, I felt like that's why it was, because I've watched it and it was a good movie, but like in the categories it was nominated with, I was like, there's no way this is going to win. Like,
yeah,
I just figured it was like a placement there to appease Netflix.
So you're saying they shouldn't try to win Oscars?
I think
just feels like that's the only way they could actually be noted, though.
I don't think so. I think you can have franchises all day. You can do animation. You can do stand-up comedy. I mean, up to this point, they've gotten 300 million people to sign up with very little Oscar-type films, to lay claim to, without ones that they bought, without ones that they went to a film festival and they said, I like that movie. Here's the money to put it on a platform. Ones that they thought of, we're going to produce this. We're in it from pre-production until the end. It just doesn't happen much anymore. Not to say Netflix is bad at making movies, because they make a lot of movies that everyone likes. But oftentimes,
like the Home Team one, right?
K-pop Demon Hunters, they put on Netflix. Like they have some good tastemakers, but I think it's just a different thing now. And
stick to Billy Madison movies.
Yeah, they need to stick to what they know.
Happy Madison.
Yeah, let the algorithm decide, and kind of stay away from the artists. Let the artists do their thing. And so much of what they do is just determined by data. House of Cards became a thing because they had an algorithm that said people love David Fincher, they love Aaron Sorkin and Kevin Spacey. So we're going to do a show that's that, and they have continued that, and it's been very successful. But that's where the whole AI convo comes in and everything, which we don't really have time for.
Let me pause this Oscars talk by mentioning another movie thing I saw in a movie once. And I thought this was just a movie thing, because they were showing a movie and they had to do some renovations. Mm-hmm. And they had a guy come in and replace all his interior doors in one day. And I was like, put that on the list, Blake.
Yeah, no way. That
actually can't be done. And then we heard of onedaytexas.com/promo30, where one day doors and closets will actually do that. They will come into your house, replace every interior door in just one day. No messy construction in your house. They use the advanced 3D measuring technology. They make a digital blueprint of your existing frames. Then they custom cut the doors to fit those frames. It is like hanging a new piece of art in every room. If you don't have the money for a huge home renovation, try this. It's great. One-day doors and closets. Solid doors. They are not hollow. Go knock on your door and your interior door and see if it is hollow. It's real wood.
Good for keeping noise out or in.
That's right. Want to have a little fun time. Massive upgrade to quality and will cut down significantly, it says here, on the sound transmission in your house. Any kinds of doors. They'll even ensure the doors will fit even when the foundation has shifted. They typically do an in-home visit, but they do have a Louisville showroom. It is onedaytexas.com/promo30. Back to the Oscars for a few minutes, and then we'll do some sports in about 10 minutes or so. Okay, sorry.
Let's see what else we got here, Dan. A couple more clips. Conan made this short joke coming back from break.
We're coming to you live from the Has a Small Penis Theater. Let's see him put his name in front of that.
There were some Trump jokes or politics jokes, but they were, I mean, nobody was like they weren't saying, hey, Trump sucks, but it was always like once you get it, what we're saying here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, clearly this is I don't know. It's just it's a weird bit where it's like not fun joking. You know what I mean? You can you always make fun of whoever's in power. You always do. But it's like not fun now. It's all mean because you know there's going to be mean coming back to you. I don't know. It's a weird time, obviously.
Yeah, Conan talked about that coming into the Oscars. He was interviewed about, his joke process, which jokes he's picking. Are you going to joke about Trump? And he was talking about when he worked at the Harvard Lampoon in college. He was the editor. And he said they had a rule where they couldn't make fun of the National Enquirer because it was already so ridiculous.
Right.
That anything they do, people would think it was just real. And I think that's the point they've gotten at with what's going on in the country and in the world is there's no way anything I could say could be more ridiculous than what's actually happening. So let's just kind of move on, talk about something else, guys. And that seems to be the case. Actually, Jimmy Kimmel did come out, former host, came out and presented Best Documentary, Dan. So here's what happened there.
Oh man, is he going to be mad his wife wasn't nominated for this. And the Oscar for documentary feature film goes to...
Yep.
Little Melania
humor.
Jab there. There was a tie last night. Doesn't happen too often.
In what?
Oscars. It was, I believe, Best Short Film? Live action short film? So Kumail Nanjiani was presenting and opens the envelope, and this is what happened.
And the Oscar goes to... It's a tie. I'm not joking. It's actually a tie. So everyone calm down. We're going to get through this. Focus up.
Is it Dinesh?
Calm down.
Yeah,
Remain calm. I'm going to name one winner. They'll come up, accept their award, and then I'll come back and name another winner, and then they'll accept their award, okay? Here we go. One Oscar goes to The Singers.
How did Kevin O'Leary...
That's the next clip. So yeah.
There was a tie?
There was a tie. The way he did that, though, was great. I'm going to announce the first one. They're going to come up, give their speech, and then I'm going to announce the next one instead of
participation
mass chaos.
trophy now.
Right.
I could just pick a winner.
There's only 5 nominees, right? And we can't even pick between them.
How far away are we from just like, hey, everyone is a winner?
I think
everyone gets an Oscar.
I think the way the preferential vote works, where I know it works this way for Best Picture. I'm not sure about the other awards, where you basically rank all the nominees in order of favorite to least favorite until one of them crosses a threshold as the winner. If none of the movies cross that threshold as the winner, I guess you just go to the next two, and it's a tie, I guess.
No, whichever one's shorter.
Yeah, they need to clarify.
If it is the best short film, for sure.
They need to clarify the process there. Yeah.
So you love Sinners, right?
Liked Sinners a lot. Yeah,
okay.
Loved it. Begonia, big Begonia guy.
With Sinners, which I've just recently watched, so it's really fresh in my head. Like, I liked it. If you had told me going in, this is a vampire movie, then I wouldn't even have pressed play.
Oh, really?
Because I generally I don't want a vampire movie.
Okay. I feel like that was the end for a lot of people, though. Because if you said this is a movie about civil rights, they're going to be, I'm out.
People are in on vampires still?
Absolutely. So the first half of the movie is, am I watching a movie? I didn't know what it was. So I'm like, am I watching Mississippi Burning or something? Am I watching a movie about civil rights? And I get it. You know, things are bad. That's bad time. For some people, certainly, more than others. But then it turns into, it's kind of like Ocean's 11 or the Blues Brothers, where they're on a mission from God and they're just trying to get the old gang back together. They seem to also have like 12 hours to do this, to buy the huge property, make it into in whatever, 1920 or 18.
Yeah.
I don't know what year we're in.
I think it's kind of Prohibition era, kind of late 20s, early 30s.
But all of a sudden we can get a whole club up and running with electricity and everything.
Yeah.
And so that suspends a lot of belief. And then, of course, everybody becomes a vampire. And then you're like, oh, okay, now we're in vampire movie. But also the depth of it, where the vampires are kind of sucking away the black people's talents to use as, now they're good musicians because that's how they're getting their, like, there's a lot of deep in there for sure. Obviously, if Michael B. Jordan, and I don't know if it's an overworked Twitter joke, but one of the Twitter jokes of the week that I found amusing, at least, is that in 20 years, when LeBron B. James starts winning Oscars, we'll be in a whole new era of discussion about the whole thing. But again, like I said, it's not that funny. It amused me. Now all of a sudden, they're vampires, but Michael B. Jordan playing two parts, I think tends to elevate it more.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't elevate, well, I guess it did elevate, like, Eddie Murphy in Dr. Dolittle, but not to where he would get any Oscar nods. Maybe nowadays, if you have 10, you would have slid Dr. Dolittle, not Dr. Dolittle.
Nutty Professor.
Another professor in there.
Professor, yeah.
Anyway, though, but then it had a really cool twist at the end, like post-credits, that I think vaulted it up like a letter grade.
Yeah.
But I had to spend 2.5 hours to get to the part that vaulted it up a whole letter grade. It's very cool. The very end is very, very, very cool. It's not Sixth Sense-y, but it's similar. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got a great little twist at the end.
There's some movie of the way past when I was a little kid. I saw it was about a aircraft carrier that somehow got caught in a tornado or something, and all of a sudden it finds itself, whenever the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, I don't know the year, it finds itself able to stop that. And it's a very moral, ethical, whatever question, should we stop this? And they end up not stopping it, but one of the captains or whatever from the ship fell off, and then he doesn't go back in time, and then he shows up at the very end of the movie as an old man when this thing from that time traveled gets back to the 70s or 80s. Do you know what movie I'm talking about?
Is it the Poseidon Adventure where you're talking about?
I don't think it's called the Poseidon Adventure. The Poseidon Adventure.
No, that one's Gene Hackman with the...
But the point is, it was a similar thing to that movie where this guy, it was time travel, and they show up at the end. And so it's a very cool ending. I just don't know that... I don't know.
I like the idea of Sinners. Well, first of all, Ryan Coogler, just super cool guy. Former Sacramento State wide receiver. Set a few records there.
Is that the guitar player?
No, the director.
Oh, the director. I'm sorry.
That one, he won Best Original Screenplay last night.
Okay.
But, yeah, he's directed the Creed movies with Michael B. Jordan, Black Panther. Super interesting, cool, creative guy. Kind of probably my age.
Very creative movie. Very cool. But
late 30s. So his grandpa died, or his dad died. Somebody in his family died and handed down these blues records. And he put them on in his house and just started listening to them. It was like, you know, basically thought of Sinners right then. And sat down there and wrote this thing in 2 weeks and just won Best Original Screenplay. Like, love that idea, the inspiration of that. I like the idea of, that's the devil's music, you know, that whole thing, taking that literally in a movie. And go, oh, yeah, it literally is the devil's music here. I love that. And I love the whole notion of white people taking things culturally that black people started, such as rock and roll music, a lot of other things in culture started, you know, in a smaller subset of society and then, you know, work their way into mass culture. Loved so much satire about it. You know, very well shot, great movie. In any other year, it wins like every award. But One Battle, I just think, is that generational.
And it got nominated for everything, right?
It got nominated for everything.
What's it called? Sinners did. But yeah, I think Paul Thomas Anderson and the movies he's made over the years, the fact that he hasn't won yet, all that kind of comes into play. And something I said on our post-game show last night on Mad About Movies was Paul Thomas Anderson winning Best Director is great because he deserves it so much. He's made Boogie Nights and Punch Drunk Love and The Master and There Will Be Blood and all these great movies over the years. But he's still that last generation of directors. He's still that Quentin Tarantino, that David Fincher, you know, those guys, the James Camerons, the guys in the 90s that kind of came up during that era. But this year we had Chloe Zhao nominated for Hamnet. We had Ryan Coogler nominated. We had Josh Safdie nominated. That's the next generation of great directors. So until those guys are the ones winning every year Best Director, I'm going to still feel like we're kind of in the past of holding on to some nostalgia. It used to be every year it was Tarantino and Spielberg and Scorsese. And you could almost predict every year who was going to be nominated for Best Director. It's just not that way anymore. I think that's great. I've been waiting for that for a long time, that these new creative voices are finally the best in Hollywood. So that's awesome. But PTA winning felt like a little bit of like an award for what you've done, not for what you did, if that makes sense. Any other audio we needed to hear before we slide into some sports? We can get back to this a little if you want.
Yeah, I've got some sports related audio we can get to at the towards the end, but yeah.
This is the reason though, this last thing I'll play and then we'll go to sports is why if we hate the Oscars, this is why we hate the Oscars, because you get all these extremely rich people in the same room to smell their own farts.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, tonight is an international event. If I can be serious for just a moment, everyone watching right now.
See, number one, we don't want Conan to be serious, right?
No.
I don't want him to get serious
Around
for a
the
moment.
world is all too aware that these are very chaotic, frightening times.
See?
Okay?
Like you don't want to hear it,
moments
Dan.
like these
I need a
that I
punchline.
believe that the Oscars are particularly resonant.
Like these.
Check it out. 31
Like we
Look
get
how-
it.
look
Like
how
the
important we
same
are.
thing. Yes, if somebody had said, and Jake will say, somebody is, if one person will say, well, we say it off the air. Like if they say, hey, your show meant a lot to me during this time or whatever, you just don't want people to talk about it. We get it. Movies are an escape. That's why we do love movies. We love movies. Like we just don't need you then putting your finger, pointing it at the audience saying, hey,
But that's pretty rich.
don't forget how important we are.
The Oscars is a ceremony.
Right.
They're almost taking the thunder of movies and what they represent. a guy having a hard time is not thinking, boy, I'm not going to kill myself today because of the Oscars.
Because they gave themselves an award.
Sure. Like,
They all ranked.
you set this up for yourself.
Do you think the Academy made him do that? I think there's a punchline, though. Like, doesn't he get to a joke if I'm...
Across 6 continents are represented this evening. And every film,
Yes, they're important.
every film we salute
These.
is the product of thousands of people speaking different languages, working hard to make
That's
something
right.
of beauty.
We don't
We
want.
pay tribute tonight, not just to film, but to the ideals of global artistry.
Okay. I don't
Collaboration.
It feels like
There's
the
no
Academy
punchline.
statement.
Just
Yeah,
stop.
Yes.
like we got to
It
get
is-
this in there.
The Academy probably did, and he probably got paid $10 million to
Sure.
to host the whole thing. Sports will be brought to us by Game Day Men's Health. We love some Game Day Men's Health. GameDay.dumbzone.com. That is the website. Our Game Day Men's Health location of the day, Lakewood. Say hello to Sam Bates down there at the Lakewood location. But they can help you in so many different ways. If you're a dude and you're getting older, it might not be just age that is bothering you. Go to Game Day Men's Health. Remember the TRT. You can get 10% off for life if you mention the Dumb Zone. Game Day Men's Health, they can help improve your energy levels, boost your mood and cognitive function. Boy, they can just do so much for you. With the vitamin shots as well, boosting your immune system, reducing your risk of chronic disease. Let's see, what else we got? Reducing inflammation. Look how inflamed you are.
I know. I feel like crap.
Go to gameday.dumbzone.com and get that high tea.
There's testosterone high today.
All right, let's do some. Oh, are we ready to do a guest, sports guest?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Our sports guest today is Brandon Leak. He is from Atlanta. The fan? Am I right, Brandon?
Sports Radio, 680 The Fan, home of the Atlanta Braves and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, and the official sports talk station of the Georgia Bulldogs, the college football voice of the South.
And you're friends with my friend, intern Carlos, I know him as?
Carlos Medina. I call him Funky Cold Medina. We have had an interesting trek in our radio lives, and he has followed me, and I have followed him through different mediums and different radio stations here in Atlanta.
All right. So before I ask you about tonight's situation, well, how are we feeling about Tua there in Atlanta? Is Tua getting the starting job?
Yeah, we don't know how to feel. We don't know anything about the man. We don't know anything about our starting quarterback last year, Michael Penix Jr., as he was cut down with injury halfway through the season. In 8 seasons where you throw in college and the pros, Michael Penix Jr. has had 5 of his seasons come to an end due to injury. So we don't know him that well. Tua, who has had 4 concussions as a member of the Miami Dolphins, but a decent quarterback when he's been healthy, now has been released and has been done with in Miami. So we know nothing about 2 quarterbacks who are both left-handed, who both have injury in their histories, and both now have a chance to beat each other out to be the starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons and perhaps maybe the face of the franchise moving forward.
What do you guys think of Luke Cornett right now in Atlanta?
Man's entitled to his opinion. This is still a free country. You could have a platform and say whatever you want to say. I think what Luke Cornett and most people have not gotten right, and I'm not going to say he did anything wrong, but I think there's just a little bit of a misunderstanding with the Magic City Night promotion that was canceled by the NBA. I think what we have here, gentlemen, is an inside joke that got outside and is not really understood outside of the Atlanta community. So Luke Cornett saw something on its face value. He saw strip club, he saw NBA, he saw Atlanta Hawks, he saw Magic City Night at State Farm Arena with the Hawks and the Magic, and the man had an opinion that was counter to what the Hawks and people who agreed with the promotion had. And so the man spoke his mind, and he has a right to do so, and I don't think he should have any criticism or ill will come his way.
All right, so what this is all about, it's tonight. Tonight was the night. that the Hawks had a Magic City night. It's like if you have baseball bat night for the Rangers game. You know, everybody gets a baseball bat, a little mini bat or something. But it was Magic City. Magic City is the legendary strip club. This is the lemon pepper wings, right?
They serve that.
Who was that? Who was the guy that left the bubble?
That would be Lou Williams. He's an Atlanta native. Grew up here in Gwinnett County and played in the NBA for many years. And also at a couple of times in his career, he was a member of the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay, so the big thing back then in the bubble was it was all a joke, we thought, because Lou Williams got busted going to a strip club, and he's like, no, it was for the wings. That's how good the wings are. And from what I've learned, that's true, right? Like you would actually, like, people make fun of me here, Brandon, for getting Hooters to go sometimes. Like, why would you get Hooters to go? You want the experience, but people actually order these wings to go, right? It's you don't even have, like, the food is that good, and the whole strip club scene is good.
I don't know. Maybe you guys can enlighten me if something is horrific, if it's garbage. Do they serve garbage on Uber Eats? You can make an order of lemon pepper wings from Magic City right now on Uber Eats, and they will deliver those wings from that establishment to you. So if this is such a place of ill repute, if this is such a place that needs to be shunned from the ears and eyes of the American public, why can you go to Uber Eats right now? Well, not right now. It's a little bit early. After 3 o'clock, and order wings that are lemon pepper flavor and the very famous Lou Williams lemon pepper version of the wings, and get them delivered to wherever you are. I ask you to help me out with that question.
I kind of want to eat these.
You have to.
Like I usually only eat fish, but I will. I'll break that fast for.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah. Then Luke Cornett, right, on a very rarely written upon blog. Apparently, every couple months he decides he's going to write his thoughts on a blog. Remember blogs? Everybody remember what a blog is? So Luke Cornett has one, and he wrote that this is bad for ladies and just, women, and you shouldn't have a strip club having the same arena that's telling you to gamble on your phone and all this other stuff that they're like, you shouldn't. This is beyond the pale. We should not have this. The NBA then looks into it, and then they say, yeah, how about we cancel? Come on, Atlanta Hawks. So, but you can enlighten us, though, Brandon. The people who argue against this say, like, this is it's not just merely a strip club, that it is an Atlanta institution. There's a documentary out about it.
Yeah.
And I've recently learned the owner of the Hawks married Jamie Gertz,
right?
Who was like an 80s actress.
Mm-hmm. It was in the Lost Boys, the vampire movie.
Lost Boys, Less Than Zero, maybe?
There you go.
Was she in that? Okay, so she's part of, and she made a documentary about Magic City, and I think this was all part of that, right? They were just going to do a podcast. They were going to have T.I. there. They weren't really going to have strippers there or anything, but it was just the fact that a strip club's name was on the whole promotion. But what don't we understand, the layman, about the importance of Magic City to the city of Atlanta?
Well, as you pointed out from the Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks press release, it was an iconic cultural institution, is how it was labeled in the Atlanta Hawks official press release. So there's a lot to unpack here. For one, I am a rarity here in Atlanta. I am from Atlanta. I've grown up in Atlanta. Atlanta has become a transient city over the last 30 years. So I'm one of the last Mohicans, if you will, who has grown up here, been educated here, worked here as an adult, been married here, and now work here as a grown person. So there's a lot to unpack. First, let's start with what the issue is. The issue is the mystique of the institution overshadowed the promotion and the point of the promotion that the Hawks were trying to make. The point was the Hawks were playing the Magic. 99% of the breathing population can't name 5 members of the Orlando Magic. That's number one. Number two, Hawks and Magic is not a Hawks hot ticket. coming off of a weekend, you have now a Hawks Magic game on a Monday night. So you're going to have a lot going on, two teams that doesn't have a lot of buzz to it. So they tried to attach itself to a little word play and a little wink, wink, and a little tongue in cheek. Hey, it's Monday. Hey, the Magic are coming in. Hey, it could be a Magic night where the Hawks meet the Magic. Hey, Magic City is right down the street. And so it just took on a life of its own. They got their own hoodies and specially made hoodies for that night, which they would have sold a whole bunch, but the NBA put the kibosh on it. And so now something that was a promotion generated to get empty seats filled because of the wink wink inside joke of everyone around here knowing what Magic City was, got out and then turned into what people thought was a lowbrow, some kind of coven of heathens coming together at State Farm Arena to watch people shake dance or whatever they think goes on. And there was nothing of the sort. So the NBA looked at it, talked to their partners, got some pushback, and ultimately those that work for others, you're always beholden to people who cut checks. Clearly, they talked to people who had high dollar value and high dollar investments in the NBA. They didn't like it, so they shut it down. So the long and the short of it is the mystique of the institution overpowered and took over the point of an Atlanta Hawks promotion, which, by the way, was cleared by the NBA. They ran it by the NBA early in the season before they went through with it. And then once the backlash came, the NBA decided to do a 180.
So you seem to be against this. Have you been there? You've certainly been there, right? Magic City?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've grown up here.
Do they, I heard they do like NBA type player intros with the dancers.
Yeah. That goes on.
So describe what happens.
Well, I mean, who's in town? If the Lakers in town, they might have a young lady come out in the Lakers garb, and they might have a number on, and then the things that go on in those establishments go on. Now, I'm an older guy now. I'm in my 50s, so I don't have to frequent those joints anymore. But I'm not going to try to put on and act as I'm some kind of Puritan or some hypocrite, or I'm beyond somebody else who goes in there, or that I'm more dignified than others that have been through. Yeah, when I was in my 20s, in my 30s, and right up to my 40s, yeah, I was in there a few times.
Okay.
So,
when they say NBA player intros, I was thinking like the Bulls and Jordan, and they're like, and it's at 5'8". And do they do that, like music, and they walk out and cheer and?
Welcome to the stage, Candy.
Yeah.
As he comes out, and it might be a Kobe Bryant jersey, it might be a Michael Jordan jersey, and then the things that go on in those establishments while you're getting wings go on. That being said,
I like how you described it. You said, I'm in my 50s now. I don't have to frequent those joints. So that implies that earlier it was mandatory as a citizen of Atlanta that you have to go to Magic City.
I mean, Orlando has Disney World.
Yeah.
Cedar Point is a place. We also have Six Flags over Georgia. But if you're over 21, you have discretionary income. You're a full-blooded American man who chooses. So there's nothing wrong with you if you don't go. But it is not illegal. And it is not in a place where those that don't want to be a part of it have to be a part of it. So, yeah, I've been there before. And I don't have to go there now. I can get, I think, better bang for my buck than what you spend there, and not going to leave with anything but your wings. I can get those things at home in the comfort of my own home with my wife.
Dude, how are we feeling about the Hawks these days? I remember the early return, your early thoughts on the Luka trade. If we all remember, the first Luka trade was actually the Hawks traded Luka to the Mavs. And we thought, boy, you guys are stupid. Who would ever trade Luka? At least you hadn't seen him be a 5-time first team NBA, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, the early returns were great for Atlanta. You guys were then, it was Trae Young. You're in the Eastern Conference Finals. Things are only looking up. And now look at both of our franchises now. What are we doing here?
Yeah. Time is a funny thing if you keep going down the track. Look, it's not just that. If you go back in the annals of history, when the ABA and the NBA were merging, Dr. J was going to be an Atlanta Hawk. If you go back through the annals of history, Sharif Abdur-Rahim on draft night has a Hawk hat on. Pau Gasol has a Hawk hat on. And Luka Doncic has a Hawk hat on. So the Hawks and Hawk fans have had some close but no cigars throughout the annals of Hawks history. It just didn't work out. I don't know what happened with you guys. You guys had just gone to the NBA Finals. It was on its way now in the next incarnation with Kyrie Irving and with Klay Thompson with you guys. I don't know what your general manager, who has since moved on, was thinking. That being said, a move like that is not about the GM only. That's your owner. And I think that's what happened with the Atlanta Hawks. There was conversation about what was the better fit here in Atlanta. And look, coming out of college, Trae Young led the nation in scoring and assists. I think a lot of people thought, a lot of the Hawks talent evaluators thought we were getting Steph Curry 2.0. It didn't happen. And the next thing you know, we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and we've never been able to duplicate that success. So Trae Young was here for 8 years. He's now a Washington Wizard. In fairness to him, he never had the wingman. He never had the other bona fide all-star decorated veteran to roll with him to see if they could put together another run. But I think after 8 years and trying to figure out where this franchise was going, it was time to move on for Trae Young, and I think he needed a fresh start too.
Who was their GM, Janie Ferry, at that time? Or no?
Well, the initial GM was the former assistant GM in Golden State. It'll come to me.
Who traded for Trae Young?
Correct.
Okay. Well, that
Travis
makes sense.
Travis Schlenk.
Okay, he was trying to squint and see Steph Curry, and yeah. I could see it. I wanted to blame Danny Ferry because I'm a longtime Danny Ferry hater as I grew up in Cleveland. But anyway, Brandon, thanks so much for joining us, man. From 680, the Fan Sports Radio in Atlanta. Tune into you 6 to 10 every morning, right?
Yeah, hopefully we can have you guys on our show, The Locker Room, 6 to 10.
The Locker Room.
AM. Yes, my
All
buddies,
right.
John Michaels and former Atlanta Falcon, Brian Finneran. The doors to The Locker Room always open. We'd love to have a little Dallas talk down the road.
All right, man. Thanks very much for joining us.
Anytime. Thank you for your time.
There's Brandon Leak. And then we'll go to Brandon Aubrey next.
The Dumb Zone. Are you all in? We are with all-in pricing at Flooring Direct. I'm Rick Renner. Often other flooring companies quote you low to just get the job. And then when they tear up your floor, when you're most vulnerable, that's when they start asking for more money. We don't do that at Flooring Direct. No surprises. We know what it takes to have a perfect installation. That's why we're the highest rated company in your community for decades and running. Go to flooringdirect.dfw.com.
Our pros are the nicest. We've got the best prices at Flooring Direct.
Quality Roofing, we've got drones.
Boy, they do. And they're going to take those drones, fly them up top, and get a good look at that roof and inspect it.
They will. I never knew that until you told me last week.
The whole lead up.
I was last week years old when you told me that Quality Roofing has drones. But yes, apparently the insurance companies recommend you get your roof inspected twice a year. I think that's a little ridiculous. Let's at least make it once, though.
But the drone makes sense now, though. Because if you're going to be going up there, once, twice a year?
Yeah.
You're going to need a drone for that.
QualisGC.com. They're great. They're great with listeners of our show. We've had, tons of people just come up to us and tell us how awesome the experience was with Qualis. I don't have to have anybody to tell me how awesome my experience was. They put a new roof on my house. I wasn't sure if I needed one. I knew that we haven't had a new roof in over a decade. And they went up there, inspected it, and they're like, yeah, you got a lot of hail damage here, man. So we'll take care of it. They took care of everything. They dealt with the insurance company for us. I didn't have to do all the calls on that end, and all we paid is the deductible. So Qualis Roofing. Go to QualisGC.com. Do they have a number?
They do. The phone number is 817-500-9008. And all of those are interesting copy points. But there's one final one.
It's
That's where he was leading you guys in it.
It doesn't matter.
Quality roofing, we've got drones.
Magnificent.
Why should people watch DZTV?
It's on. It's on. It's on every night.
It'll make you feel better about yourself.
Stock tips, medical advice, what to do when your wife goes to book club.
The meaning of life.
So I can keep my job?
DZTV.
Weeknights at 9.
On More 27.
Deep. Thoughtful.
Meh.
We're going to throw a shot in this before we left.
Awesome, let's do it.
What do you think?
Couldn't hurt. Glutathione is great. Let's do some shots.
All right.
Shots.
Yeah.
Glutathione.
Take a shot.
Yeah.
So glutathione, I recommend doing in the glute only because it's not as comfortable with the injection.
The glute?
Yes.
The butt?
Yes. We'll face my computer.
Is this going to hurt?
It's not going to be as comfortable. Glutathione is kept cold in the fridge, and I think it is a little spicy, just from personal experience.
So you've had this?
I have had this.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Hear that bell just rang out there.
All done.
Do I have to pull it up now?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
I believe in the future, but not today.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm so detoxed.
Do you have any questions for me?
Quick one. Do you smoke cigarettes?
No.
Okay.
You know, all these places want your birthday to give you free stuff on your birthday. Space them out.
That's yeah. What are you gonna do? Eat 12 meals? The free meal? Even if they give you the whole month, that's a lot of pressure.
My birthday, May 15th to this place, June 15th. That place, July 15th. That place, August 15th. Because then I get one free thing a month.
I mean, I'm just in the dojo learning, bro.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm in
awe.
Yeah.
Trident Access Services, I had garage door bad. But after just one email wrote, could I call you dad? Had a brand new door put in just a single day. Trident Access Services, holy crap, hooray.
Give up.
Door was sad and sucky, flaccid at its best. But Jeremy and the fellas said, just put your fear to rest. If you need some help like me, just call the boys today. Trident Access Services, holy crap, hooray.
Yeah, the website is txtrident.com. Hit up Jeremy at 817-512-1212. And we learned through Grady that if you're a listener, you get 10% off.
Somebody in there? Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Sir.
I don't know if I'm okay.
Can you get out for me?
I'm hurting. Let me get my phone. I gotta call somebody.
All right. Yeah, we're calling Elena.
Before you call the insurance company, call Frankel first. Frankel and Frankel. Call 214 or 817 all threes.
Counter cake, he was making full cakes fucking every week. And he was putting them.
There's like a 22-year-old kid making a full cake.
Yeah, well, we would have all the stuff out to make like weed brownies, and then he would just make cakes, ice them, sprinkle them, and then he would just leave them on the counter all week and just kind of pick off of it. Drive-bys. It'd be like uncovered. Because he had heard that you can't put a pan in the fridge.
I had heard that.
He's like, there's some sort of poison. I'm like, man, I don't.
Botulism is what I was worried about.
I don't think that's true, but maybe.
I've learned since then it's not.
I've never thought about it. So he would keep cake. Sometimes, half a cake, chocolate, vanilla, red velvet era. There'd be cake on the counter all the time.
So not because it was his birthday.
Well, no, and I support that.
You could okay.
But here's the problem. So did the rats.
I don't think I've ever made a cake.
He was into it. He would get like the birthday fetty sprinkles and shit. Like we'd have them. We had cake all the time. But because of that, we also had bugs and rats. Like, pretty much the whole time.
Hey, whatever happens, we have to protect you. I'm out. But my life, what was it for? What was I supposed to learn?
That Fairlease has a new approach to car leasing. Cuts out the hassles and puts the customer first.
What?
Fair, flexible, and focused on you. Fairlease when you don't know what to do about a car. 'Cause car stuff is hard. But not with Fairlease. You don't need a dealership, baby. In the dumb zone, in the dumb zone, in the zone, in the dumb zone, in the dumb zone, in the zone, in the dumb zone, in the dumb zone, in the zone, in the dumb zone, in the dumb zone, in the zone, in the dumb zone, in the dumb zone, in the zone, in the dumb zone, in the dumb zone, in the zone, in the dumb zone, in the dumb zone, in the zone, in the dumb zone. No pumping, 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 no pumping. No pumping. The puppet. You're the puppet. No pumping. No pumping. The puppet. You're the puppet. No pumping. A puppet. No puppet. A puppet. You're the puppet. The puppet. The puppet. No puppet.
The dumb zone.
You know, Hillary wanted to put windmills all over the place. Let's put up some windmills. When the wind doesn't blow, just turn off the television, darling, please. No wind out today. There's no wind. Please turn off the television quickly. Put the windmills up and watch the value of your house. If you're in sight of a windmill, watch the value of your house go down by 65%. Wonderful to have windmills.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
It was real windy yesterday.
Tell me about it.
Hey, if you are a subscriber to our show, then you know we have subscriber-only shows on Tuesday and Friday. And if you are a VIP subscriber, then quarterly we do a business review with our VIP subscribers. We will do one of those tomorrow evening. So if you did want to go to patreon.com/thedumbzone, or you can go to dumbzone.com. That's our Substack. Both of those places you could subscribe or even VIP subscribe, and then you will be in on the little Zoom meeting we'll have tomorrow night, where I think topic number 1 will be formatting the DZGSE, and I have a couple other things written down, but I can't remember them right now. So that's tomorrow night. And then I wanted to quickly promote a week from Thursday. You can put this in your Palm Pilot. Certainly you have a Palm Pilot if you have an iPad, or excuse me, an iPod. 1 week from Thursday is the 26th, and we will be at Zoli's in Fort Worth for a premier live event. Zoli's in Fort Worth a week from Thursday from like 11:30 to 2:30. Right now, I think we're ready to do this.
This segment of the Dumb Zone brought to you by Community Mechanical. They don't forget about the V in HVAC.
Our man is kicking all them balls with his foot down on the gas. Homie, kick it off the turf. Papa, kick it off the grass. Community Mechanical, make old air blue. Baby, baby, buckle up. It's the
Brandon Aubrey Show.
Maybe I should have asked you if Brandon was ready. I just assumed he is.
Yeah, he's always on time.
That's the thing. If you need Brandon Aubrey, you assume that, I mean, the first time we needed him,
Brandon Aubrey Show.
he was looking for his helmet, and we couldn't find him. He was a little disheveled.
And I'm here now.
And here he is, girls. Brandon Aubrey. Brandon.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, thanks for joining. Say hello. We also have a guy here, Kent Garrison. He's one of our good friends.
What's up, Kent?
Does a cowboy
Hey,
podcast,
Brandon.
among other things. But if you hear that raspy, sexy voice, that's you know that it's Kent.
Sounds good.
Anyway, man, you sound a little. Got a cold, or is it just being out in the wind and trying to get people to hear you over loud engines? Why do you sound?
Yeah, it's maybe a little bit of both. The weather changes, over and over and over again. Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. It's hard to catch up. And then, yeah, Colton had a cold recently, and I think I'm getting it now.
These damn kids.
The little baby.
Yeah.
I can lead off with something on kids, because we got an email a while back. Jen's very, very pregnant, right?
Yes, 25, 26 weeks.
Out of how many?
40.
40, okay. All right. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Should I know that?
Oh, you went through it twice, maybe.
So
You forgot
Jordan,
it. It's been so long.
we have a listener. We used to call Hot Jordan. Now she calls herself Weight Claws Jordan, because she's
Okay.
pregnant. One of our listeners is pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And she emailed and says, Mrs. Aubrey and I are at the same point in our pregnancies.
That's awesome.
And now you may know this, Brandon, that we do a little game sometimes called Your Birthday minus 9 months. And we try to figure out
what was going on.
Like Jake's was when Ronald Reagan was elected president in 1984.
Okay.
That was exactly
That's a good
9 months
time.
before his birthday, and he said his mom was very stoked on Ronald Reagan. So she was very
Adds
excited
up.
that night.
Yeah.
All right, so we have this information from Jordan. I can assure you that their son was conceived on the first weekend of October, and that her due date
Okay.
is between June 28th and July 1st.
25th.
June 25th?
Yes.
Okay.
It's close, very close.
She says, since we love playing 9 months earlier game, what occurred on that weekend? Sunday, October 5th. The Cowboys slaughtered the Jets, 37-22. Brandon Aubrey got to fly first class.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Back to Dallas. Could that special treatment have fueled his passion?
Yeah, and made sure my body was in working order when I got home.
Jen, you won't believe the room I had.
Everything's flowing. So anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe it was that day. I
Yeah,
also
it's a
want
great feeling when you win a game.
I want to issue this to you because you're a good friend. I don't want to bother you all the time. We want to talk all the time.
I want to text you every day.
If you want to call in every day, you can
Feel
call
free.
in every day. But if you are about to sign something, or if you're about to do something very newsworthy, and and I want you to know, don't feel bad. You're not you need to tell us, and you need to jump on here. I don't need you on The Fan or some other crappy radio station, announcing that you're, I just signed this long-term deal. Would you do that for us? Would you be cool with us?
Absolutely. If it's anything like last time when I signed my rookie contract, that was actually published by, I don't even remember who, before I even put pen to paper. So I'm not sure how that got out, or because at that time I was a nobody and, no one really cared. But by the time I showed up at the facility to sign it, it had already kind of leaked. So I'm not sure who has that information or who gets it, but somehow it always seems to get out before players would even say anything.
You have to tell his agent that, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, their agents are in wars with owners. It's fun. Your agent, who's your agent? Is he the same agent as Dak?
Yeah, I've got Todd France, Athletes First, represents Dak.
Now, does that mean that Todd France is the guy at the head of the thing? Do you have a different guy who's your main agent, or is it that same guy?
No, it's Todd. I'm not sure if Todd has runners. I had a big agency when I was a soccer player, and I signed with one guy, and then I was handed off to a runner after my deal was done, and he kind of managed me until it was time to sign a new contract or find a new place to play. But no, Todd handles everything. He's got a great assistant, Julie. She takes care of the day to day, but Todd's on top of everything. Got a direct line of communication with him and Julie, but Julie handles stuff like if you need to send somebody birthday flowers or Valentine's Day gift to the wife, she'll help you with that stuff.
Oh, well.
Yeah. That is a huge perk.
Yeah, for real. Now, does your wife get mad at that? Like, we used to do
No.
a deal with something called Pro Flowers. You've heard of Pro Flowers, maybe?
Yes.
Proflowers.com.
Yes, I have.
So Pro Flowers, they advertise on our radio station, but they would say to me and whoever did their spots, hey, tell us your wife's birthday or whatever, and we'll send on her birthday. And then so my wife would get flowers on her birthday, and she'd go, well, this isn't really from you because... And I go, well, they could have given me $50 and then I would have paid $50. But why don't we just do it this way? Is that, it's like if they criticize Dak for his like Nike or something, giving away everybody Nikes, whatever. The point is, it's still from you.
Absolutely.
You still had to tell Julie when Jen's birthday was?
Yeah. Telling her what kind of flowers she likes and the budget. And then I write the note and then she just puts it all together and gets the best company to send it out there.
Wonderful.
Okay, I'm going all over the place because words are triggering things for me, and we haven't talked. We usually talk every week, and now we haven't talked in a while, and that triggered something for me. And Blake saying I want to text you all the time. I did want to text you this weekend. I held back, and I wanted to tell him.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh,
happy birthday to Brandon Aubrey.
Nice.
Well, thank you guys. I was half expecting a call from a random number again this year, but I figured it was Saturday, so you weren't on air. So I got away with that.
Is that what we did last year?
Yeah.
We randomly called you and you actually, that's right, you actually answered. We're like, what are you doing?
I was expecting some contractors at the house. So
that's right.
Perfect storm for you guys.
Okay, speaking of Community Mechanical. And then so yesterday, to celebrate your birthday, you went in a race car? What happened?
Yeah, that was really cool. Went in an IndyCar two-seater. Didn't realize I was going to be on the broadcast to kick the whole thing off, kick the race off. I did the first lap before the race went. And, they put me in a headset and were asking me questions as we were going. I was trying to form intelligible sentences, but, my words kind of got mushed up and my brain was going all over in my head. So I don't know what I said. I imagine it's just garbly-goo, nothing intelligible there to be heard. But I was there. It was a blast. I was really nervous about it. I've never been over 90 in a car. And then, going 160 around tight corners because there's a turn there that was steeper than 90 degrees and it hits right into the longest straightaway on a street course in IndyCar on all the tracks. So they took that turn really tight and then smashed on the accelerator and my head kind of went sideways and then straight back. And I'm like, oh man, I couldn't have done a second lap even in the passenger seat. I felt like I got hit by a truck by the time I got out of there.
Damn, how'd you get involved in that?
They're partnering with the Cowboys for that track, put it together around AT&T Stadium and around Globe Life. So the Cowboys and Rangers are sponsors, and I'm a local guy, so I'm always around and I'm always willing to say yes. So the Cowboys sent me down, and I don't know how I got picked to be in the car, but it was me, DeMarcus Ware, and Pudge Rodriguez being kind of the ambassadors for the other sports for the day. So it was a lot of fun getting to hang out with those two. The guys are way out of my league, so I kind of feel out of place with them, but happy to be included.
Okay, I was just first going to say body size put you in that car, but you're kind of tall. I would imagine Pudge would fit the best in that.
Yes, and Pudge is a huge racing fan. He's already done it, so that might have been why they didn't ask him. He's been to a bunch of IndyCar races. He's been in a fighter jet. He's done all that sort of stuff. So I guess they just kind of wanted the rookie to go in there and have that kind of amazed feel and capture that on camera.
Did you get to keep your racing suit that I saw you wearing?
I got to keep the helmet, not the suit. So got that one signed by Mick Schumacher. Didn't have his best race, but he's an up and comer. He's just changing over from F1, so he's got some growing pains to go through, as we all do when we change sports. So he'll get it figured out, and I'm sure he'll be winning in no time.
It surprises me you haven't gone over 90. Just I know how you like to perform in front of crowds and you like the adrenaline rush. I'm just surprised you've never hit triple digits driving.
Yeah, so my dad will probably hate me sharing this, but I've been in like 4 or 5 accidents with him before I could ever drive.
Jeez, okay.
The worst one, we were trying to turn left at an intersection. The light turned red, and he just went anyways.
Ooh.
Terrible time to drop.
I think his dad had something to do with dropping this feed.
I heard he was telling the story. Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon Aubrey, frozen feed right now. We will try to get back to him.
I was out at the Grand Prix on Saturday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I went out there for qualifying, few hours. My dad's a big racing fan, and I had a hookup in the David Letterman race team area. So David Letterman owns an IndyCar team, Dan.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, yeah.
So we were out there, said hey to those people, and then watched a little qualifying. Man, it was unbelievable. The setup out there, the infrastructure they had to put into that thing to put a racetrack around the stadium with all the safety that you have to do to have spectators out there and all the regulations you have to do to make it good for the drivers. I mean, it was actually an unbelievably impressive event.
All right.
Gotta say.
Brandon is back.
I'm back. My Wi-Fi is just, it's not worth the money I pay for it. But,
we don't have an internet provider yet.
Yeah, we'll try to get a sponsor for you to help you there. Sorry. But you were telling the story about your dad being a wild man behind the wheel. You said he turned left when the light turned red.
Yeah, and long story short, we got hit by a flatbed truck, T-boned. If I was in the back seat, this is the first time I sat in the front seat, then I would have been crushed because it pushed the passenger side rear seat door all the way into where the back seat driver side would be. So like if I was anywhere in that back side, I would have been toast. But luckily he's let me sit in the shotgun for the first time, and I walked out unscathed and played a soccer game about 10 minutes later.
Wow.
Oh, you were on the way to a soccer game.
Yes.
Dang.
Soccer game, yeah.
Unless
so
yeah.
That's the reason why I don't drive fast.
Okay, you drive like Jake.
Pretty good reason.
Because we had heard, in fact, I've heard you mention this, Kent, on your Cowboys podcast, and Blake mentioned this later. I don't remember if we've talked to you, Brandon. He said Blake says when you guys land late at night, he's very concerned just because there's a lot of fast driving on the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, was it you that said McCarthy would raise that as an issue?
John said that McCarthy did. It was always something, though, you'd hear from the head coach, be like, you guys be safe when we get off this plane. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Yeah, it needs to be said. Guys got a lot of souped up cars, and they're itching to get home. Luckily, it's late at night, so there's not a lot of drivers out there. But it's easy to make a mistake when you're tired. And after a full game and long travel, you need to be careful and not what guys do typically when they have these souped up cars and they're just wanting to get home fast.
And they got to get to Frisco from Arlington or wherever. I guess you guys don't land in Arlington. That would be silly. as far as the plane is concerned. All right, what else you got going in this off season? Obviously, getting ready for that baby. Did you do a baby moon?
No baby moon. We had a trip to Mexico that, for the NFL PA golf tournament. That got canceled. And then we had a trip to Italy that also got canceled. So we got nothing going on for the meantime. Looks like a lot of sitting here, training, getting ready for OTAs, making sure we're healthy for that.
That means Brandon's golf game is doing quite well.
And I wish. I'm catching up on Colton time. Now it's about a time in his development, I guess, or maybe it's just because I'm around more and I've been gone a lot, where as soon as I put him down, he says, "Daddy uppies," which means pick me up. And he just says it over and over and over again. Actually, since the show started, he's been sitting in the room with Jen screaming "Daddy uppies" the whole time.
Oh, man.
So. That always makes a mom feel great.
Right.
When she's asking for dad.
Yeah.
Maybe this is because when he was born, did you do skin to skin?
Yes, I did. I believe in that. It was awesome experience, and I will do that for every kid from here on out. I love that.
Well, yeah, he's shredded. He looks great. He can probably have his shirt off in front of the nurses and not feel bad.
Did you know that Blake won't do that?
No, I didn't know that, but Blake's got to be in. I mean,
no.
Blake thinks it's gay to be skin to skin with your kid.
That's what you guys took. I just don't want to have my shirt off in the room. The nurses are walking in here. I got chest hair. And I don't know. I don't think the kid laying on my chest does anything for us, but I don't know. Who am I?
It's for the whole bonding thing.
That's what the mom's for.
They're seeing a lot worse than you shirtless in that room, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just saw that baby come out of that place. And now she's looking at your fat gut. That looks a lot better.
I don't know about that.
I think.
So I wanted to ask you, have you talked to Dak at all? Like, are y'all that close? Do you send him a "I'm sorry" or something? Because we were thinking that Shoddy definitely called him.
Yeah, I'm close with Dak, but not close enough to pry in what's going on. So I'll never know what happened. All I know is from my experience with him, he's a fantastic person, and he wants to be a family man. He wants to start a family. Obviously, he has started a family, and he wants to be a fantastic husband and father. So I feel for him. I know he's going through the ringer here, especially when it's public the way it is, and rumors are flying both ways. So it can't be easy time for him. Hopefully he can use it or put it aside and find a way to focus on the things that are important, like his daughters. They're going to be the most important thing through this. And, I know he's going to be a great dad. So feel for him. I have no idea what's going on. And I'm not going to pry around and try and figure it out.
You're going to put that Italy money towards new Wi-Fi.
And there he is. Well, I got a couple more questions on that.
Oh,
is it back? Oh,
yeah.
Are you back?
I'm here.
Did you know you were gone for 10 seconds?
I did not know that. I'm just going to turn the Wi-Fi off of my phone. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We're going to count on AT&T here?
Yep. Self-service has to be better.
All right. Yeah, I didn't see Jen, bikini pregnant Jen, in the WAGs Instagram photo. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
The wives and girlfriends photo on the boat?
Yep.
And you're here. So
yes, Jen's not about that, and being pregnant with a young kid doesn't really like traveling right now. So she wasn't about to travel overseas for that.
What was your other thing? Why did the Mexico thing get canceled?
That was a golf tournament. With just around the time of the drug lord, or I don't even know what he was, that got assassinated or whatever. All that stuff kind of blew up, and there was a moment where it felt like it might not be safe for a bunch of high-profile athletes to go over to Mexico. So the PA decided, let's just table this and move it back to late June, which is unfortunate timing for me, and they'll put it in the U.S. somewhere. So that's a scratch for me. I'm not going to be doing that one anymore because, fresh probably week-old baby when that comes around.
So you have been in the news for your contract. How does that make you feel? Just to see people talking about what you're going to make.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been a lot of incorrect information and just people clinging on to random numbers that have been thrown out. There's incomplete information dumped from probably both sides at this point, and people are trying to make a story out of scraps of information and filling in holes that they don't have details on. So I don't care about all that and just focus on kicking the football. If I have a good year, it'll all take care of itself. So that's what I'm going to focus on.
So we have a list going of, I think it started with Dan, just like things we see in movies that don't ever happen in real life. And one of Dan's is whenever you see yourself on the news or something and they're talking about you, that you just turn the TV off and you throw the remote down. Have you had to do that?
Luckily, I don't watch the news. It's all on Instagram. But no, there was a point in time when I couldn't open Instagram without 40 posts in a row being the same thing about my. I'm going to use this app for a while. It got under Jen's skin for a bit. She's probably my biggest defender, and she didn't want people having an opinion formed on me based on false information. So I think it got her really fired up, and she wanted to go take to Instagram by storm and just tell everyone how wrong they are. But I hold her back, and I think I did a good job. She's now not worried about it anymore either.
Does she consult with you before dropping a quick
false?
Yeah.
Yeah. I let her do that one. And I did the same thing at that point. It was so overwhelming that felt like just turning the valve on a pressure cooker to open up a little bit to ease the pressure off of us. Cause at that point, every time we looked at our phone, there was 100 DMs or messages saying how selfish and greedy you are, that you need to just take that offer. And okay, we didn't get the offer you think we got, so let's just move on. And that's all we wanted to say. And, it did help. Then some people in the media picked that up and ran that. And it took people from cussing at us constantly to questioning what they're hearing. And then, it played out. There was an apology issued, and I think it cooled off. And people that know what's going on are the people that are involved in the conversations, and I don't think it's important to say all the details of what's going on, so I don't think that'll ever come out. Just know that I want to be here in Dallas, and seems like the Cowboys want me here in Dallas, so something will happen eventually. They like to take their time to get the deals right, and see if the players want to rush, and it's on the players to take their time and make sure the deal's right as well. So we won't rush into anything, make sure the deal's right for us, and the Cowboys will do the same on their end.
Are you demanding $10 million a year?
I am not demanding $10 million a year, no.
That's, I think, what probably was the most of that vitriol, right? On Instagram or whatever at first. You're so greedy.
Yeah. Yep.
But the cool thing, I don't know, I think it's cool. Obviously you want a long term, you want stability, but you're going to make at least $5 million for 1 year of your life. That seems pretty awesome.
Yeah,
that's badass.
Yeah.
$5 million. 1 year at least, no matter what happens.
Yep.
You're going to be able to say I made $5 million in 1 year.
You were a slightly unhappy software engineer, 4 years ago? Yeah. Nice job, dude.
So having said that, though, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for him, for anybody to be put in this position where, you're a free agent and you could be making this amount of money. Is there a part of you that just says, I need to go make that money no matter where it is, even if it isn't Dallas?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the issue being a restricted free agent, is there's a big barrier to going to get that amount of money. And it's unlikely, but it just takes one team to want to pull trigger on that. So we can try, but we're still not to that spot. It's kind of why it takes a while, because there's only really one team that can make you an offer until you are unrestricted free agent. And that's where I sit. So like, kind of in the Cowboys' mind, they have time. They still have the rights over me for another year. So why would they, I guess, go and pay more than they absolutely have to early? I don't know exactly what's going through their brain, but that's what I would guess. And for me, if I just wait 1 year and have another really good year that I've had, then the price just goes up. And then when I hit a truly free market, then you can actually see what the price is as opposed to just what the Cowboys are willing to pay.
Yeah. Would you take $1 million less per year to fly first class to and from games?
No way.
I just know how much you love sitting up there.
Yeah, it's awesome, but it's not $1 million a year.
Yeah, okay.
Would you take $1 million less a year to never have to see Blake on the road trips anymore?
He doesn't hate me that much.
Oh.
He tells me that you bother him.
Okay, I'll leave you alone.
Well,
I'm
he
sorry.
says it between the lines. I'm reading between the lines.
All right.
He doesn't overtly say it. So you say you're getting ready for mini. Like, have you been kicking at all in the off season, or what do you do?
Yeah, I've kicked twice. I've gone to the field twice and kicked.
You still got it?
Of course, it's like a bike. But I've been lifting and running, mainly trying to stay in physical shape, because that's most of what OTs are. They're trying to make sure you're not out of shape. They're trying to make sure you can still move. So it's kind of like a physical fitness check-in point with the guys, and then they just start installing plays and whatnot. But we're still a long way from week one, so there's no point in being in tip-top kicking shape, because that's hard to maintain for a long time. So I'm just trying to make sure not too much rust kicks in and the leg still moves fine, because that does kind of take a while. So I'll go out once a week and just make sure the leg's still firing properly and we're not losing any leg speed. And if we are losing leg speed, then you got to go into the gym and figure it out. So no leg speed loss here, just trying to stay in shape, make sure we can survive OTAs, which aren't that difficult, to be honest.
Banger and Trent, do they text you happy birthday on your birthday?
They do, yeah. Got a shoddy text, and Nick. Yeah, all the guys that I see on a day-to-day basis in the office give me that text, which is awesome.
That was going to be one of my things. What is the shoddy off-season?
But does Shoddy send the text that throws up like a birthday cake or like confetti?
Absolutely.
Let me see if I can find it here. I'm on my phone. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just
because my mom learned that.
Definitely some emojis.
He sends a screen effect of some sort.
No screen effects, plain text.
No big bubbles everywhere. Yeah.
Nope. Hope you're having the best day with your family. So.
Had you signed your deal, I think he sends a screen effect.
Does he know how?
Absolutely. His kid taught him how.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, dude, congrats on everything. Being Brandon Aubrey.
Thank you, guys.
And you say the due date, it's a couple months away still.
Late
so
June.
We'll talk to you again before then, right?
Hope so.
Absolutely.
All right.
Works for me.
Go work on that internet.
Go pick up Colton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually quiet right now, so might just stay away for a second.
And then sneak away to the range then.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. Later, guys.
There's the great Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah.
The news today will be brought to us by Frankel & Frankel, personal injury attorneys. If indeed you get in an accident, let's say you're driving your kid to soccer practice and you're trying to get there in time. Maybe it's a game and you're turning left on red and it turns red, but you're like, all right, I'm just going to go. Ooh, you get T-boned. Maybe not that scenario, because that sounds like it's almost your fault. We need something that somebody else is at fault. And if your little kid gets crushed in the back and you get crushed somehow, you give Frankel & Frankel a call, 214, and then dial all threes. They're personal injury attorneys. When you call, you will be talking to a partner, not just some idiot at the office. No, you're going to talk to a partner. They have many, many years of experience in this field. Many of them used to work for the insurance companies, so they know the little tricks that they will pull to try to keep you from getting what you deserve. The Frankels are experts at getting you what you deserve. Frankel and Frankel personal injury attorneys. Please, with your last gasping, dying breath, tell them you heard about them on the Dumb Zone.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone News.
All right.
I was assuming you're doing news. We hadn't talked about this.
Yeah,
Good.
can I do it? Do you mind?
Great.
First, a follow-up from Friday. Jake did a story about a North Richland Hills woman who cut off her ankle monitor and it escaped. She was lacing drugs with fentanyl. It ended up killing somebody. She was on trial or headed that way, was wearing an ankle monitor, cut it off, still on the loose.
Well.
Which, again.
Shocking.
Why are we still using ankle monitors?
What's your answer? There's probably some kind of a...
Well, if you're telling me you can just cut it off and then run away, we have to have something better than that.
Does it not alert them when they cut it off?
Well, they do, but...
Too late?
You have a head start somehow.
Yeah.
But we saw this case at the Denton kid that was on the run for a month or so. Was found at his grandparents' house. She could be anywhere.
Yeah. It does beg the question, how long could you stay on the run? Because certainly you just can't have technology, right?
No.
Like that girl in, what was the movie? It was Leo's daughter. Kept the phone. That's why they were able to track her. Yeah.
You guys on Bad Radio watched this show about how detectives told these people how they had messed up. They said, all right, try to get away, get off the grid.
Yeah. There was some show.
And I forgot the name of it. I love that.
But it was about can you escape the grid?
Yeah. So if you've seen Lisa Mitchell, it lists her dimensions here of 5'9", 230. So if you see a fullback running around,
ooh.
Let NRH police know. So airports are not a fun place to be right now with TSA going through what they're going through.
Is that the case? Because I've heard here at DFW, not bad.
No, I think Austin is bad. I think LA is bad. Some of the other major cities. But no, I haven't heard a lot of complaints about DFW or Love Field until this.
Oh.
Because a guy was trying to fly without his ID. He was here from Oakland. He was trying to fly back home to California. And TSA would not let this man on the plane without proper identification. He was told that he was not going to make his flight, and that is when he punched 2 TSA officers, breaking a facial bone of one of them. He is going away, or he faces up to 20 years in prison because he forgot his wallet.
Wow.
And Ethan Couch walks among us.
Yeah, that's got to be a federal offense, right?
It is.
Messing with TSA?
Yeah. And it was honestly surprising because I flew with North Texas, TCU, and now the Cowboys. It's surprising how many people forget their identification when getting on a plane. Because that's always the first thing. That's the first thing. Do I have my ID? Now, it never leaves my wallet, so it's not an issue for me, but...
I once had to drive home and get, my daughter's ID for her.
How old?
When I was driving her to college, or dropping her off to go... So she was like 18 or 19 or something.
Yeah, I guess if you're a kid and you don't...
But...
Your wallet is not a part of your day-to-day, I could understand that, but... So you were just driving without a license, too, for some of these people?
Do you think that's weird?
Don't you normally check to make sure you have your wallet before you get in the car?
I've certainly driven without my license because my wallet's at home or something. Because now I have my, you get your credit card on your phone.
Yeah.
We need to somehow be able to put our license on our phone, too. Why do you shake your head, Clayton? Is this just more of the man keeping control of us if we do that?
Some states you can, I think.
Yeah, some states have digital ID, but no, I don't know.
Everything's on the phone, man. Car keys, credit card.
Not for me, brother.
Well,
Do you feel like you could stay off the grid for a good amount of time?
If I started now, probably 3 or 4 months from now, I could go away.
And we wouldn't find you.
You wouldn't know where I was.
It would take cops. 4 months, though.
But we have the full disposal of the police department at our the 4 resources at our disposal.
Cool.
Oh,
I like that. It's a good challenge.
I believe him.
I do too.
Yeah.
But I want
out of all the guys sitting in this room,
I want to know what those 3 months are all about.
His prep? Yeah, why 3 months? What is this?
Probably to find a place.
Do we have to get new Social Security numbers? And
oh, he's getting everything in gold and silver.
Do you have a guy like in Better Call Saul that could just change? Don't you think, let's say we had to change our identity. Would you at least ask Clayton, can you hook me up with someone?
Oh, yeah, he's one of the first few people I'd ask.
Could you get us? I got to leave the country. Could you help me? At least steer me in the right direction. Because when it comes to Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, it's like, oh, yeah, I know this guy. And then you have to go to like an appliance shop. And you have to say, you know what, I'm looking for a lamp for a bedroom. Oh, well, follow me. And then you go in the back room. And it's like, all right, here's your new identity.
I need $15,000.
Yeah, here's the money. You're never going to go home again. This is right now. We're leaving from here.
The problem with Clayton is he could easily do it. Does he feel like it?
The thing is so you build relationships with these people who are already very flighty, don't trust anybody. And for me to talk to that person and be like, hey, I have this guy. First off, Dan, you're never gonna. You're a famous, regionally famous person. Your name's in court documents. You're easy to find. You think your wife's not flipping?
I would flip if I was her on me.
And I mean, there's ways I could do it, but I wouldn't trust that you wouldn't come out of it possibly dead.
Okay, the general public, though, you could probably help one of our listeners.
I wouldn't.
You could, though. I'm just saying, you have the resource. Like, I wouldn't, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, even if I wanted to. Okay.
The fact that they haven't found Savannah Guthrie's mom yet, and they have the entire FBI looking for her, and it's been, over a month now?
Yeah,
I feel like I could make it 3, 4, 5 months.
Now,
probably.
Did she cut off her ankle monitor? Savannah Guthrie's mom?
She did not.
That's who we need to be chipping, the olds.
They're having a really hard time finding people in 2026. You'd think it'd get easier over time, but it doesn't seem to be.
They just, I don't know if this is in your news, but they just found a kid in Baltimore that had been lost for 4 months. And it was just like the girl in Utah.
Gabby Petito.
Elizabeth Smart.
Yeah. He was like 4 miles from where they lost him originally.
Yeah.
In other news, something that I thought might go away during COVID was cruises. Because it seems like a super spreader event. And the norovirus had an outbreak on this Caribbean cruise ship. Sickened 153 passengers. And I really wish I would have kept the list. Because we had a thing going of, oh yeah, that's not coming back. That's not coming back. Because I would imagine if you're getting on a cruise, why can't they just screen you just to make sure?
I thought handshakes wouldn't come back. That's what I was hoping for.
You said you were going to start bowing.
I wanted to bow. I thought, whoa, what a great bit.
That's a good bit.
We can just bow. I'm showing my respect, but I don't have to touch your... I don't know where that hand's been. I just saw you cough into it 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
I saw a cashier cough. So I'm in line at the grocery store. There's only one person left in front of me. All the other lines had 3 people with full carts, you know. This guy coughed into his hand and then kind of wiped his nose. I was just I got out of the line, pretended I had to go look for something else, just got back in like another 15 minutes to my trip. But I was like, I'm not going in that guy's line.
No, I don't blame you.
Because I know all those other cashiers were really clean. But at least I didn't see what they did with their hand.
Are you not self-checkout guy?
No, I don't like to self-checkout. Unless... If they offered a discount for self-checkouting, I feel like I'm part of the built-in food cost is that I'm paying for somebody to ring it up for me and ask me what kind of bag I want.
There should be a discount for self-checkout. That's a great point.
What if you're just as far as saving time? You walk up, you scan your one banana.
If I have one banana, I may use self-checkout.
You should go through the line for one banana.
I have.
They tell you, is this all? Yeah.
Well, then you get to look at the... Yeah, I don't need their comments either.
That's...
Like, you know what? Yes, I eat a lot of sardines.
That's the best part of self-checkout.
That's why I bought 10 things of sardines. I want to be prepared. Don't tell me, don't go, oh, man, your bottom must be dirty. Yeah, I'm buying 4 things of Charmin because I'm stocking the garage. Huh. Like, somebody likes apples. Bottom. Yeah, I buy for the next 2 weeks. Like, get off my ad. Are you here to... I need to use self-checkout. That's what I say to them.
Oh, the small condoms. I was wondering who was buying these. Something else that's spreading is bed bugs as we get into the spring season. And Texas is in the top 5 for cases of bed bugs. They said that this targets budget-friendly tourists who are trying to maybe find a deal, maybe pick a less established hotel or hostel. And, it's spreading. And I never think of that whenever I go to a hotel. I think about what dirty act has been done in this bed or in the shower or whatever. I'm just not thinking of bed bugs. Maybe we should.
As many as hotels as I've been in, never had an encounter with bed bugs, thankfully.
Yeah, me neither.
I was always scared of them as a kid. Bed bugs.
Have you noticed in hotel rooms how you spill like a coffee in there and they're like, oh, that's $150. But you can jizz wherever you want and it's totally fair game?
I have not until now, but you make a good point.
That is interesting.
Yeah, or people are washing their underwear in the Keurig in hotel rooms. It's disgusting. All right, then we'll end with 2 lighter stories. The first was there was a really nice feature done on Fox 4 about these student harpists that went to senior living communities and played the harp for the old people. I think most people would say what a nice story that is, that they're helping these old people just brighten up their day a little bit, hear some music. I'm going to be real with you. They can't hear what you're doing. This is a giant waste of time.
As a man who goes to an old person's home every week?
Yes. And someone that has been there when they try to bring in this guy who plays the guitar and tries to play songs for everyone, they can't hear it. It just sounds like jumbled mess to them. So it's cute that you roll your harp in there.
Now, the harp person is doing it for free, though, right?
And there's students, yeah. Maybe community outreach or something, trying to get a scholarship.
They were here this morning.
Were they?
They were playing.
The same harp people?
Yeah, they were playing in the little atrium there.
So they're also viewing it as reps. They're almost doing it as much for themselves then.
Sure, but
they're not really doing it for the olds.
You know, they leave that place, air in their chest. Oh, I did my good deed for the day.
Right. No, they loved me.
No, you didn't.
They loved it. Because my wife works at a school, and she was saying a couple weeks ago how they had this. It's odd. 2 things happened. So she was telling me about this guy they had in to public speak to talk about kids doing, how you can turn your life around and this and that. And that all he did is just talk about cool things that he had done and didn't really give any roadmap onto how kids could do this for themselves.
Yeah.
And then I was watching a John Mulaney old special last night.
Real quick, I love that guy because it's like if I needed to make $1 million, I would put 20,000 in this stock right now. Would love to have 20 grand.
Yeah, I don't have the 20 grand.
Right, yeah. I don't have your cool life to do all this cool stuff.
But then John Mulaney, this special, he was doing a bit about assemblies at school, and the same thing, just some guy coming in. And I would always think that too. We had, an astronaut once spoke to our school, or if you have Michael Jordan come speak to your, what is that? Okay, if I have this kind of athletic ability, then I could do what you did.
You just got to work hard. That's all.
Or Rudy. Remember, do you know we had Rudy on the show a long time ago, and that guy sucks. That guy he talks about, you should, Rudy is borderline short bus. And somehow you'd have to say, if you were saying to me every day, hey, I'm going to be a doctor, I'd be like, you couldn't even finish college. You're not going to be a doctor. Someone should tell you, realistically, someone should set you straight. And the problem is that the fake American dream is that, everybody's origin story, everybody of success, whether it's manufactured or real, they have had some roadblocks in their way. And someone told me I shouldn't be a director. Paul Thomas Anderson was once told, you shouldn't do that. And then, you know what? He overcame that criticism. So if I told you shouldn't be a doctor because I'm going to keep going. Well, Rudy, that was his thing. You shouldn't try to play football. You're 5'6". No, I have to. I'm going to do it. And look, it worked out for me. Now I'm on a speaking tour, and I make $10,000 an appearance. And no, it didn't work out for you. You're not someone that we should follow in their footsteps and just keep chasing your dream, because you sucked you wanted to be a football player and you were shitty at it. You were terrible. And now you're a public speaker just because Jon Favreau saw it and made a movie about it.
Yeah, normally the anomalies are talking to you, or that make it. The person that shouldn't. So yeah, I'm with you. And then finally, this is a bit of a more national story.
But this norovirus looks bad.
And they all look bad.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
A German tourist is here, and he is suing a New York taco spot for $100,000, claiming the green salsa is too spicy.
Go back to Germany.
All right, why are we doing this bit?
He said it caused health issues.
Silly lawsuit.
He said he had nonstop pain, trying to relieve it with fluids and ice cream. The federal judge dismissed the case, saying spiciness is the point of salsa.
Yeah, don't put it on there. Real simple.
But I thought you might like this guy, Dan, because that wasn't the only lawsuit he filed while he was here. He also put one against the NYPD because they did not accept his international phone number when he tried to report a crime. And he also filed a lawsuit over poor Wi-Fi service inside Walmart.
I wish I was one of these people who could just
a grifter.
Yeah, just find things to sue about. I'm sure that's like a great living for some people.
If you just hit one.
Yeah.
Hit one settlement.
Yeah.
It's the guy that sued us over or he said he was going to, over the no puppet stuff or whatever. The guy that somebody made a no puppet logo that looked like the ticket logo, and then we got a cease and desist, or they were going to sue us, and it's like, we thought that was kind of an automated lawyer type thing, AI lawyer who's just looking for copyright infringement.
Yeah, we get some of those.
Cumulus didn't actually have anything to do with it.
But good on the judge. There's your news.
All right.
The Dumb Zone News. Like and subscribe.
That was a good news.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Viewer mail birthdays today brought to us by Lucy. Lucy is nicotine. 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco-free. And kind of like, possibly you could say it's like the Dumb Zone. They are not owned by Big Tobacco. They are the mom and pop shop of the pouches. And they got the breakers. So every Lucy pouch has a capsule that could be broken open to release extra flavor and hydration. What would you say your favorite flavor is, Blake Jones?
Probably the espresso, because I'm a coffee stan, but I think when Jake has given it to Brian Anger and our buddy Rob Z for the Brewers, he gave them an apple ice, and immediately they were sold.
Apple ice is great. Yeah, I don't prefer the coffee. I like coffee when I'm drinking it. I don't like coffee ice cream or.
Well, their flavor is espresso, not really watered down coffee.
Okay, I guess I haven't really tried it, but I have. All right. Well, anyway.
Make Dan coffee flavored ones.
Lucy.co/dumbzone. And you got a promo code dumbzone. You can get 20% off your first order. Lucy has free shipping and a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind.
You won't.
So lucy.co/dumbzone. You can use the promo code dumbzone. Here comes the fine print. Lucy products only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Yeah, that's the whole point. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Viewer mail birthdays for today. I think I just have. What is today?
March
the 16th. All right. Dear Uncle Hotmail, today is my Craig Ludwig versus Iron Sheik birthday. I have a high sub number because no one at the ticket said anything about your podcast, and I didn't find out for months. You really should have done some advertising or something.
Well, you were a little busy.
Getting a little thing called sued.
My leaders are Kavanaugh with Julie, Soroy with Danny, and KT with everyone. Could you step aside and let them do your show once in a while? That is Chris from Delaware, formerly from Plano. P.S. I sent a Venmo, and here's a picture of the girl I moved to Delaware for. She told me no for years, but finally caved. I'm living proof it's possible to get out of the friend zone and back into the P zone, if you know what I'm saying.
Kind of Rudied his way in.
Yeah, that's from Chris. Just hang around, yeah. I think that's what I did. Once, what you need to do is find a girl who is like, you know what? My biological clock is ticking.
Yeah.
I'm like 30, 33. That's why they're getting married around then. It's like, all right, kind of tired of working now. Wonder if I can get pregnant. It's time to settle. That's what I think that's what I was a beneficiary of.
Yeah, same. I'm tired of dating, so you'll do.
Yeah, who am I with at this point? Oh, I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right, that's all right. You know,
Did you
not
look
going crazy over you, but it's fine.
Did you look at the picture? Is it got a Gemini watermark on there or anything like that?
She's worth moving to the
real,
Northeast
real
for.
girl.
It does look like a real girl, but you never know.
Yeah.
AI, man.
Yeah.
We now do this.
Fairlease.org presents.
Let me give a little love to Fairlease.
In history.
Fairlease.org. Man, the best story I have about them, I think, as far as trying to let you know how great they are, is from our guy Travis at Community Mechanical, who, when they started Community Mechanical, they had to, check out. They had bought some vehicles from another company, and they were under lease from D&M. And so they checked with Fairlease and said, you know, we want to lease a couple of vehicles, and then when the lease runs out on these, we'll then lease a couple more from you. And Fairlease said, well, let's take a look at what they're offering. And so they did so, and they were like, you know what, we'll buy you out of this lease, put you into a lease, and you'll have a better deal, better payments, and all that kind of stuff. So they did that. So now Community leases all of their vehicles through Fairlease. So they do want to just point out that they will, of course, help you out. What is this? Would you say like residential versus commercial? They'll help you out just individually. But if you're a business and you want to hook up, they can get you way better deals than you can get anywhere else on the open market. Mention the Dumb Zone, and we have a special number. You can call 972-705-4815. Connor and Nick are kind of the guys who will handle all the Dumb Zone leases now. It's our little bat phone number. So yeah, fairlease.org. Mention the Dumb Zone or use the Dumb Zone on their drop-down menu. And today is the 16th. We've established that. Monday, March 16th. On this day in 1953, Swanson introduces the first frozen dinner. It was turkey with mashed potatoes and peas. When is the last time you had a frozen dinner?
I was just trying to think about that.
Ice storm.
Yeah, this year I had some. This year I just found I have to go to the freezer because I'm stuck inside for a couple days, and it was something that was years old and it had freezer burn on it, and it was like, oh, okay, I'll eat this.
I don't know if this counts. TC bought some frozen pizzas for us in Arizona. My kids obviously eat frozen.
I don't think a frozen pizza counts as a frozen dinner.
Okay.
Did y'all eat those?
I didn't. But no, like the
Our
dinner.
road trips, there's a lot of shit bought that no one ever touches.
We have a
Everybody
rule.
gets so excited at the beginning, like, oh,
Don't say everyone.
I'm gonna eat 4 pizzas, and then no one touches them at all because then they are like, why don't I just order a fresh hot pizza delivered here? We spend so much money on extra food.
The last 3, I think we've had 2 Red Baron pizzas left in freezers at every Airbnb we've stayed.
I'm not to blame. I get Arrowhead, which I bring back, and Yasso bars, which I eat. That's it.
Everything I buy is eaten.
Can we write it off?
I don't even know what that means.
Business expense?
On this day in 1983, Herschel Walker signs the largest deal in pro sports history. No others would ever surpass this. It's the USFL. So maybe Trump signed this one. 3 years, $6 million, and a 25% interest in an oil well.
Hell yeah, that's thinking long term.
I like when those are included in the contract.
That's better than like a horse, right?
Yeah,
The horse will die.
I think Roy Oswalt got a tractor.
That's what Brandon needs to do.
Well, the first class, I would try to get him first class.
Yeah, but you were trying to
fleeting.
negotiate him down. You're supposed to add that.
Well,
as
I
an
want him
add-in.
here. I don't want him kicking in Green Bay.
He ain't gonna kick in Green
Is that a better investment than if you had gotten your contract in Bitcoin, an oil well? I think I'd
Russell
probably take the well.
Okung.
Right now.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
Yeah, right now.
It depends
especially.
when. On this day in 1991, a plane carrying 7 members of Reba McEntire's band crashed, and then they all died. Reba not on board. On this day in 2002, 13-year-old Brittany Cecil was struck by a flying hockey puck at a Columbus Blue Jackets game. She died 2 days later. And that is why we have the nets.
Remember this. Remember them putting up the nets. We were Star season ticket holders growing up, so went to a lot of games. But yeah, there was a time where you could sit behind the goal there, just over the glass with no net. And there was guys doing slap shots directly at the goal and not a lot keeping it from hitting you right in the face. So it was bound to happen.
I feel like the net does not hurt your vision.
No.
At the time, there was big complaints about it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
a lot
for
of
me.
advancements in the net game.
I don't know why I think that's appropriate for hockey, but for baseball, I was really mad to see the nets go up.
I don't like how if the puck hits the net, they call it dead, though. I think it should be able to bounce off the net
Play
and
it?
come back into the play. Yeah.
Be fun.
And March 16th, this day in Dumb Zone history.
It was a dark day for some. A dark day is probably Dan and Jake. It was a really bright day for me. This is my first ever day on the Hang Zone.
Oh, nice.
I was hired March 16th, 2020.
That's his first day.
So you had done some run-through shows.
2.
Oh, just 2?
Yeah.
Didn't we have like a week with Daddy or something? Or did we just have a day with these other guys?
No. This.
Were you hired the day COVID started? March 13th, 2020? Wasn't that like the day?
We did 7 shows in studio before
Okay.
they were in Dan's house for a year and a half. No, I didn't get a lot of run, which was upsetting to me at the time because I thought I needed more because I'd really never produced. But yeah, Ryan Medlin or whoever else was in there a lot. Killer was in there a lot. He wanted the job. But yeah, here we are. And then in 2021, this is a really sad story from North Richland Hills again. I remember feeling really terrible for this lady because her husband of 25 years had died. Then she fell for an online scam. She thought she was marrying Bruno Mars. And this guy had milked her out of $250,000.
Another good grift.
So you think you've found a rebound in Bruno Mars. You got to give this guy $250,000.
Bruno Mars, who's playing halftime of the Super Bowl, needs you to buy him $10,000 worth of gift cards and mail it to him right away.
Well, yeah. I mean, you guys want to talk on the phone.
You just don't get it.
Talk on the phone.
Like Brandon would have told you, the agent fee, taxes, so many things take away. His $5 million will not be $5 million in the end.
Right. Then we were also doing this. So this in 2021, Brady had just won the Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. You asked if you would rather be the Patriots or the Cowboys right now. Cowboys had Dak, Zeke still at the time, just hired McCarthy. Things were looking up. The Patriots didn't have a quarterback, didn't have a coach. And in this time, the Cowboys have still been the Cowboys, and the Patriots are back in the Super Bowl.
Incredible. And I think even I would have said I'd rather be the Cowboys.
Well, of course, Jake did.
Yeah.
But yeah, now they got Vrabel. Like, they hit bottom, and they're already back above where you are.
So quickly. They cleaned house and got
They're
right back.
and they're all way young.
Yes.
Like no one's on their second contract.
You still have the same quarterback. Get a dork of a head coach. And then finally, last one. Dan broke his collarbone by running into a tree playing front yard football, and you refused to let them cut off your Ozzie Newsome jersey.
That's right.
You don't still have that, do you?
There's no way. My brown number 82.
But you're in all this pain, and they say we got to cut the shirt.
Can't cut that one.
Please don't cut this shirt.
That was my jersey.
So they had to take it off over your broken collarbone?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Other birthdays today, we have Reggie Bullock is 35. Remember Reggie Bullock?
He played 40 minutes a game during the Mavs conference finals run.
Remember the Mavs? Tim Hardaway Jr. is 34.
I wasn't thinking about the Mavs until Luka hit the game winner the other night. Then it's all over my timeline.
Tim Hardaway Jr., 34. Man.
Does it feel older?
It makes me feel old because
Okay.
I remember Tim Hardaway very well.
Oh, Ozzie Newsome is 70. You know what? I knew I was looking up something with Ozzie Newsome this morning.
Yeah, that's probably why it came up.
Ozzie Newsome, when I was growing up, when I was an Ozzie Newsome fan, he was second in games with a reception. So towards the end of his career, too, I remember they would just throw him the ball early in the first quarter like a screen pass. He was tight end. And they'd be like, oh, cool, now he's up at a 145. Like Steve Largent was the longest. So I decided this morning, well, hey, let me go search that record. Because Steve Largent, that was an untouchable record. He had 177 consecutive games with a reception. And towards the end of his career, it would be, let's get Steve Largent one catch, you know? That record now is Jerry Rice at 274.
Yeah.
So what, 7 extra years on Steve? Like what I thought was, oh my God, Steve Largent. No one will get to that. Even Ozzie Newsome couldn't get to Steve Largent's record. And yeah, Steve Largent's now 9th on that list. Ozzie Newsome is 10th. Tim Brown, Art Monk, Terrell Owens, Hines Ward.
Yeah, he played for a long time.
Marvin Harrison, Larry Fitzgerald, Tony Gonzalez, Jerry Rice. Going 10-1. Blake Griffin is 37. Joel Embiid is 32. Vlad Jr., 27. Flava Flav, 67. Judah Friedlander is 57. I'm a fan, 30 Rock.
Yeah.
Chuck Woolery is 85. Old game show host. Trying to remember what he did. Chuck Woolery.
Probably Family Feud back in the day, right?
Love Connection.
Love Connection.
Wheel of Fortune for a little bit. Scrabble.
Scrabble was a show?
What it says.
Todd McFarlane is 65. the creator of Spawn Comics.
Yeah.
Eric Estrada is 77. I have a prediction to make on Eric Estrada. He will die at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That's the 100% prediction, but the 99% is when he dies, there's going to be a lot coming out about Eric Estrada that like really overrates him. Just about what he meant to the industry. Because he seems like one of those guys. Like when he comes back into the public conversation, which will be his death, because he hasn't really been anywhere, right? Since the 80s. You're going to hear a lot about Eric Estrada being awesome.
Okay, that's good.
Just write that down.
All right.
More so than like his partner on Chips. Brooke Burns is 48. She's born in Dallas, and she was on Baywatch. Nancy Wilson from Heart is 72. Jerome Flynn is 63. He is Bronn in Game of Thrones. And our Dumb Zone birthday of the day we give to Alexandra Daddario.
Oh, yes.
Ah, yes. From the White Lotus.
Newly single, right here.
I saw that this morning when looking at her Wikipedia page.
That's what you say she's from?
What else? What do you say?
Oh, True Detective.
True Detective.
True Detective. Yeah.
That's the one, brother.
Yeah.
Do I need to watch that one again?
You just need to watch.
You don't remember if you don't know what we're talking
You
about.
just need to
You
watch
definitely did.
10 seconds of it.
Yeah.
What am I missing? What don't I remember?
Well, so this
she wasn't
was from,
naked or anything.
Yeah,
this was
she
from
was
True
very
Detective.
naked.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
This is True Detective.
Here we go.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson and Matthew
Not on
McConaughey's
this
season. So everyone was up on it week by week, and everyone couldn't wait for the next episode. And so I remember I was in a bar with Corby, like as the episode is on, we're all waiting till later to watch it. And he just pulls out his phone. He goes, "Dude, oh my God." And he shows the entire bar
Dan's
her
Googling
tits.
it. Yeah.
It was a huge moment in the show.
Yeah, she just walks in the room and just
fires off the shirt.
Heather Graham Boogie Nights it, and yeah.
I'll tell you who I saw naked this weekend.
I like this.
New segment?
The whoever Andy McDowell's daughter is.
Margaret Qualley.
So I started watching the Demi Moore movie, The Substance.
Yeah.
Because my daughter is a big fan.
Yeah. You also
And-
saw Demi nude then.
Sure. But yeah, I wasn't familiar with Margaret Qualley's game.
Great actress. You're right, Andy McDowell's daughter. She's married to Jack Antonoff, record producer extraordinaire. Yeah, she's one of the top stars right now. It's greatness.
Was she in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
She was.
Okay. Seeing her naked, I'm like, that's not the same person that was in that.
Yeah, I think there were some prosthetics going on maybe with The Substance. But,
Oh, the naked?
Yeah.
She doesn't look that good, actually.
Well,
Don't ruin
can't
Dan's
confirm.
imagination.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's our Dumb Zone birthday today. Now we go to Born on This Day Now Dead, Jerry Lewis. And Tsutomu Yamaguchi, a man from Japan who survived 2 atomic bombs. Whatever city, what was it?
I heard about this guy, yeah.
Well, Hiroshima was
Yeah.
first, right? I guess he was there, and the atomic bomb happened. He's like, oh, man, that sucked. And then he's like, I got some family over at was it Nagasaki? Is that the next one? Let me drive to Nagasaki and get away from this mess. And then he survived both of them and lived until, let's see, he was like, he was 94.
Incredible.
Dead on the, yeah, and then he was actually bitten by a spider while, that's a weird. So dead on this day, still dead, William Banting. He's listed as a slimming pioneer. He died in 1878, but he was a big fat guy. And he's the first guy to ever say, you know what if I'm eating too many carbs? So he lost like hundreds of pounds. He was the first, like maybe it's the first diet.
I bet for a time there was probably like, yeah, there's nothing I can do about this. It's just
I don't know
It's
why.
the way I am.
This way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, I wonder what his diet was.
William Banting, look it up. Dead on this day, 1985, Eddie Shore, who was instrumental for old-time hockey. And in 2019, Dick Dale, the surf rocker.
Classic.
And that's what happened on this day in history.
This guy was ahead of his time. Low carb, high fat diet, restrict sugar, beer, and dairy, and eat a lot of meat and vegetables.
The 1800s version of RFK. RFK Jr., that is. These are closing remarks. We can make this brought to us by Game Day. Just want to give another piece of love to Game Day Men's Health. GameDay.dumbzone.com. Mention the Dumb Zone when you go to Game Day Men's Health, 12 area locations. Closing remarks featuring Kent, the great Kent Garrison, who has modded his pod.
I did.
And I wanted to give you some closing remark gifts because Kent Garrison is the only... We've had many guests who will come sit on the couch during the Cowboys streams. And after year one, when we were doing the whole thing as a pro bono, we started once we started getting a couple of advertisers, we thought, well, we should pay the guests who sit on the couch. And it's not a lot, but a little something. You drive all the way out there, hanging out for a few hours. There's only one person to ever refuse payment. That is Kent Garrison.
What a stand-up guy.
Chiba Hut was enough.
Okay. Well, so that's why we offer you to our... today, I wanted to give you a book and a Yeti.
Oh, wow.
This is a Dumb Zone Yeti. And it's a good book. I don't know if you read books because you watch so many movies.
I do read books. I am a book guy.
That book is called The Accommodation. Learn something about the city of Dallas. We also have like 200 copies, so I'm just going to give one away to everybody.
Yeah, it's a bit of a comedy, some would say.
And then, of course, the Yeti is a Dumb Zone Yeti.
You guys are the best. I really appreciate it. And thanks so much for listening to One Star, by the way.
Oops. Well, I hit the wrong button.
Welcome
Didn't
to come
mean
on.
To hit a button at all.
Come on, talk Cowboys with us anytime.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Please invite me sometime.
Appreciate the love.
Because, no, you guys are great. That's my podcast after Cowboy games.
You're the best.
Well, see you tomorrow.
Adios, mofo.
We gotta go before this becomes a zoo.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
Don't pop it, 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 don't pop it,
No pops it. The pop it. You that pops it. No pops it. No pops it. The pop it. You that pops it. No pops it. The pop it. No pops it. The pop it. You that pops it. The pop it. The pop it. No pops it. No pops it. The pop it. You that pops it. No pops it.